Boosh.
Okay, what do we got for time on this? We good?
I think we're good.
Good. Let's party. We're in the main screen. This thing quits on me as soon as I need it. You know what I mean?
Welcome, everybody. I am Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I am joined by Chuck Hu,
Holla.
Corey.si,
Hello.
and we have a lovely guest in studio, Mr. Jon Stairs.
Hello.
Plant Daddy.
Revival Motoring.
We're back.
High energy. Cranking it in 2020.
Cranking it.
Welcome to all our listeners, everybody on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you for once again listening to our bullshit. This episode is brought to you by Revival Motoring. Visit our website. We have some features posted up there at the moment. We're working on a bunch of new ones that are coming up there probably after this upcoming weekend. We have links to all of our podcasts. And of course, we have some products in the store for you to make some purchases if you feel, rightfully so.
Will the new guys be up for release tomorrow?
And probably not till Friday.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Yeah, tomorrow.
I
forgot what day
More
it was.
time.
Yeah, so this Friday, we'll have the new shirts and probably sticker packs up there. We have an extremely limited amount of shirts because we did the pre-order and didn't really order too many extras. So unfortunately, the easiest thing is going to be is first come, first serve for whoever needs them or wants one. So just try your best to time it right. Probably sometime Friday night. We'll make sure we post to Instagram when they are live. That is it. Visit revivalmotoring.com.
I'm wearing a new shirt, and
I love it.
There you go.
am I reading into my things?
It's all you now.
Oh my God, both?
Both.
Oh boy.
I got a little something to throw in after too. So
Oh my God, here we go. Hey, you guys want to make your builds unique? What about some shift knobs? Actually, that's my old one. Is your car full bolt on? Still feel like it's missing something? Welcome to the wonderful world of custom fabrication. Need a pro to show you the ropes? Dennis at FF Metalworks is the man for you. FF Metalworks is a full-blown fabrication shop. That was the dramatic pause.
Oh, okay.
A full-blown fabrication ship that can make your dreams come true. Catch can not snazzy enough? Sick of that shitty coolant overflow bottle? How about you make those bitches out of titanium? That's right. Any type of metal for your custom project is possible. Need to spice it up in the bedroom? FF Metalworks has a strict don't ask policy. Just send them the specs. A great way to take your build from full bolt-on to custom monster is a completely custom shift knob. Dennis worked with your boy, Chuck Hume, to come up with an absolutely ridiculous titanium and purple heartwood shift knob for my car, the Nurple. Also, this just in, FF Metalworks now produces custom knobs for your Ultra Hot Boy CAA shifter. Get rid of that bolt on the top and show your world you're a custom dude now. Trying to spice it up even further? FF Metalworks can do intake manifolds, valve covers, cans, bottles, you name it. Dennis works head in hand with you to create your perfect piece. Ready to step your game out? Reach up to FF Metalworks today on Insta, email, or on ffmetalworks.ca. Let's remember those prices in Canadian dollars. So
I was gonna say that's
Yeah,
a Canadian.
that's
why don't we get a little worldly out there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep your head in the game. So yeah, big shout out to FF Metalworks. Big support of the podcast. Kind of gives us all our topics. And hook some cool stuff up. I know I'm working with Dennis to make another very special little thing here.
I chatted with him the other day and I'm like, oh, I had an idea, but I feel like my idea was not an idea, more of a dream that I had. And I can't remember what exactly I had in mind.
You got to write those dreams down. You get the dream diary.
Fucking terrible. I have no idea what.
So you had a dream?
Had a dream about Dennis's knobs and have now since forgotten and I couldn't tell you.
You
Couldn't
could
tell you
do
what it is.
like sleep hypnosis.
Something.
Try and get it out of you.
To bring it
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
Yeah.
To bring
but
it back,
you got missing
like-
time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
You're
missing
driving up to
time.
Maine and
There's some knobs, missing time, some light. That's all I know.
I've been there, buddy.
Project Paperclip.
You know where else I've been? I've been in the point where my wheels just weren't John Blaze enough. And I was tired of having the same old finish as all the other Hot Boys. Does your multi-piece wheel not get you as noticed as it used to? Remember those babies used to get you laid? It's probably time to give those bitches a refinish. And I get just a guy for you. Naked MR1 Wheel Refinishing. Not a simple powder coater, painter, first-time wheel taker, or potter. No, this man is a wheel enthusiast. A lot of quick fix boys are basically just applying makeup to your wheel. And just like in the club, when the lights come on, you go a-running. MR1 is a full-service wheel refinish and repair shop. We're talking full-blown machine shop, polishing, powder coating, tumbling equipment. Here's a testimony from one of our happy customers. Hi, I'm Chuck Hu, and my AC Type 2s were powder coated by famous blind recording artist Stevie Wonder. He tried, but those babies weren't my Sharia Moore. Nick went through those babies and not only fucked my wheels, but made them better than new. Now, these beautiful wheels make me realize what a turd my E28 really is. Thanks, Nick. That's right, kids. Get your wheels glammed up so you can realize what a turd your project car actually is. Reach out to Nick at MR1 Wheels now. Sorry, Junior. Nick only works on Ford's multi-piece wheels, so start saving up. Also, he's booked out pretty deep right now, so you might want to get in and get on the schedule.
All those that people receive.
Some bucks coming
Yeah,
through.
some bucks, yeah.
I know Corey and I are going to do a rally, an illegal rally to Nick at MR1 tomorrow.
Yeah, going for the least John Blaze finish ever.
Yeah,
So,
we're going for the non-John Blaze
we'll
edition.
talk about that later.
dare I say cleansed?
Yeah.
Trying to cleanse them up.
Get that
Yeah.
cleansed finish.
And then finally, Perfection Plastics.
There we go.
Plastics.
This is why I
Yeah.
write them down.
Yeah. The name, I just wouldn't help me. Yeah, Perfection Plastics. So if you want plastic repaired, if you want custom plastic molded or made, check out Perfection Plastics, Mr. Joe Booth.
Joey Booth.
He's a friend of all of ours. He does some pretty cool shit.
Good dude.
And check out his
Google.
Instagram. That'll speak for itself. So he's a cool guy. Does a lot of cool stuff. Help me out with my keys.
He's doing some cool stuff for Kyle right now. I saw too.
Yep.
He just does cool stuff generally.
Yeah.
Molding the plastics.
He's a
Molded
cool guy.
Plastics makes motorcycle fairings or fixes, I should say fixes motorcycle fairings.
So when you drop your bike, he's the man to talk to?
yeah, he'll
There
put
we
it all
go.
back together.
Yeah, you're trying to
this
drop
way you
your
don't have
bike.
to tell anybody.
Listen, we knew you dropped your bike.
Yeah.
He would have absolutely cried had he seen what I was doing to the M3 today.
Yeah.
yeah?
I'm sure he has a better
Oh, yeah.
way.
You're going
Yeah.
in on her?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No. You know how you can score something with a razor blade?
Yep.
Yeah. I did that to a piece of plastic and then just went, well, I'm close enough. Time to snap this thing right now. And it worked flawlessly.
Send it.
No.
Yeah.
However, I know he would have probably had a much better way.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing as like cutting acrylic. You just score it and snap it.
Yeah, that's all.
I've been using the
Worked out.
plastic Dremel bits, the Dremel wheels. They are fantastic.
The plastic Dremel wheels?
Well, it's made to cut plastic. They're amazing.
As opposed to melt plastic like all
Yeah,
the other
yeah,
ones do?
exactly. No, it
That's-
works
I
really
can get
good.
these?
Yeah, it's a thing. I had to cut my perfect dash to put my tilt column in.
Yep.
And it made perfect cuts.
No shit.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I've been melting plastic with a Dremel for years.
no.
Yeah, I just
You
been
gotta get the
mowing
plastic.
through it. Yeah.
Wow, never
Plastic
again.
wheels.
You know, it just melted metal plastic shards.
Yeah,
flowing
they-
everywhere, just sticking to my neck
Oh,
and like
yeah.
burning
Then
me.
I take an
Yeah.
electric grinder and just
Yeah.
You still get
take
a little
the favors
spray,
off.
but-
You guys are aware that you can turn the power down, right?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
just
No, 30.
Yeah, it goes.
You leave it to 30 all the time.
30,000 RPMs.
Yeah.
I thought that was the rating.
It just sounds like white noise.
Yeah, I thought it was how many minutes I wanted to run.
This thing's real thick. I need to turn it up.
Yeah, let's turn this baby up.
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
Callbacks, gentlemen.
I got a
got
call
it?
back.
Okay.
You ready?
We got-
Yep.
We talked about last time about my M5 and the motor costing $39,750 or something.
Yes.
The crate motor on it. So, a friend of the podcast, Tall Tim, aka Timstagram, reached out. And he was listening to podcasts about the motor cost about 40 grand. He had to do a motor in a 2020 G550.
Yep.
That's the G-Wagon.
Yep.
$96,000 for the motor alone.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That's serious
Wow.
business. So,
Holy shit.
let that sink in. The interesting thing is that motor is in, like, I'm pretty sure that motor's in the C63 AMG, which is less than that for the car. Unless the G550 is the 12. Maybe it's the 12. I thought 12 was 600 though.
Yeah, I don't know. It just goes back to like the actual cost of these things isn't that.
No, for sure. Those have the crazy turbos with the hot side
long
separated
boys.
from the long side with the shaft, shaft down the
Long
middle.
boys. It's called the torque tube, like in the
Is
Corvette.
that called the torque tube?
No, but in the Corvette.
It is now.
Yeah.
I thought it was called the torque tube.
Yeah.
So
What's a G550 get me?
that's 2020 Mercedes-Benz G550 is $130,000.
So you're
So it's
telling
a
me
$30,000 car.
So it's a $30,000. So once you buy that
I've
motor,
been in one. It checks out.
yeah. That sounds about right.
and it says it's again, this is just 2020, 4-liter V8 is all it says on this little piece here.
Okay. Well,
Interesting.
go.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know. I just
big shout out to Tim for coming up with that hot info.
do they go with a crazy like a crazy MSRP for it for like shock value?
I think, if you're a Benz owner, you want to know you're getting the best.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing like a motor that is like over 75% the cost of your car.
Yeah, we're
So, let
rounding
me just
third
see.
base on our way to almost like 80-90% of the fucking cost of
All
some of
the
these
way.
things. Yeah.
I'm just
I've always been a
quickly,
third base man myself.
Yeah.
quickly trying to look up the AMG cost.
Oh yeah, the AMG's like 180, I'm sure.
The AMG like G5
MSRP 156,450.
Oh, light.
Yeah.
Light.
Wow.
New daily?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, boys.
So if you just, if you have one good motor, can you just keep buying the bodies and just replace those?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I got the good.
So you buy a shell.
Right, you got the
Good
most
bones.
Yeah,
This baby's got the good bones.
It's got good bones.
It's got the good bones. I don't think it had the good anything because there was a 2020 that needed a new motor.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That a lot of bad.
I didn't go further in
Yeah.
on that.
I mean, shit always happens.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Shit definitely happened.
You'd see stuff like that working at a dealership, though. Like, we'd have people come in, well, I saw that the oil change is 10,000 miles is what you recommend, so I figured 37 wasn't a big deal.
Not a big
You
deal.
know?
Yeah.
Like, shit like that happen more often than you'd think.
What dealership? Not name. Brand.
VW Audi.
VW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's
Yeah.
you want the
Not
phone
name.
number?
Yeah. No.
For the
Not
cause.
surprised. Also, pretty ballsy for a Volkswagen owner to pull something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, honestly, the full, like, long block jobs, like 2 out of the 3 that are coming to mind were Audis, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all the same bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing we saw all the time was mice completely annihilating wiring harnesses in like 6-month-old vehicles.
Where do these people live?
You know what it is they live somewhere else and they keep cars stored in Newport.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Newport?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
people
New-
that have summer homes in Newport.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
They
keep,
have-
you keep the ring out
I
there.
get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
you
I'm
buy,
like, wait,
you
what
buy
does-
a quick Q5, stick it in the garage,
I
just
just
leave it
thought-
there all winter.
I just see it again.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
thought Newport had a massive mouse problem.
Yeah. Also a massive mouse
I'm
problem.
like, what am I missing here? Is there something like
No.
Big thing out there, the mouse.
Yeah, you buy a Q5 and A4 for your, instead of a golf cart, you buy one of those to stick at your summer house.
right? And just
And,
Putts around it,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Party.
Interesting.
Putts around the neighborhood.
I said last week that if the suspension showed up on Friday, I would shit.
Yes.
yes.
I checked Friday morning. I woke up. It was 7 a.m. It said they were in Cincinnati, Ohio. I was like, oh,
Well, don't have to shit.
Same brand as my
not
jack
this,
stands.
not this weekend. So I was like, okay. I check at 9:30. They're in Boston.
That's
Time to shit.
They're in Boston, right? 11:30, out for delivery. 1 p.m. delivered.
wow.
Yeah.
So
I
where's
got
the
a call.
Fucking cool.
I got a call and they were going nuts down
Yeah,
there.
I was fucking losing my mind in my office.
Contribution Chris, the tech boys, they were going fucking crazy when this thing showed up.
Yeah, so I was stoked. They got from wherever the fuck they were in the UK to me here in Rhode Island in 2 days.
Wow.
That's impressive.
It was 3 days shy of 3 months door to door.
Not only is that impressive, it's impressive as a standalone feat.
Yeah,
Yet alone the current time.
current time.
You
Yeah.
live
You know, it's even more impressive.
Due to circumstances beyond our control.
Oh my God, that's the fucking story of my life.
The other
Right.
2-letter coilover company I was working with took longer than 3 months to not do anything.
To tell you they weren't going to do anything.
Just to respond.
That's how those guys work.
So,
Okay.
yeah, they came in. I'm fucking amped.
Speaking of full long block replacements, M5 motor went in, ran today.
Ooh.
Long block's back in. I now have a 2-year unlimited mile warranty on that motor. So daddy's keeping that thing. Found an AC condenser was leaking, so we got a new AC condenser on that baby. And resealed the diff, which is apparently harder to pull than the entire drivetrain, from what I was told.
The diff, really?
Yep. So that's Kyle's got the thing running. He's going to give it a test run tomorrow. Probably get it back on Friday. That's some speed, boys.
Sweet. Yeah.
Exciting.
And then I think we have him coming in to talk about the experience plus some BMW pro tips.
BMW Hot
next
Boy
week.
Pro Tips.
Little Hot Boy Pro
Next
tips.
month?
Next week.
Next week.
Oh, I got the 27th. I thought it was 27th as in June. I don't know why.
No.
Yeah.
He's coming.
Sweet. Can't wait to talk to him.
Do that one first. and
Yeah,
then-
awesome.
What else we got for callbacks?
TD's birthday. Shout out to
TD's
you,
birthday.
buddy.
CDs.
Happy birthday, birthday.
You
Love
had a
that
good
guy.
birthday, buddy.
It was his birthday, this past weekend, right? Was it?
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah, so he's not old at all, actually. I went and visited a friend this weekend in Connecticut. A friend by the name of Scott.
Oh boy.
I bought some wheels for the Polo.
Big shout out to Scott. Love that guy.
Yeah. Checked out his situation he's got going on there, which is just strong to an understatement.
Yep.
Yeah. And then where are we going tomorrow? We're going to MR1.
We're going to MR1. We're going to see Nick up there. We're going to talk wheels.
Job up some wheels. And again, going for the least John Blaze
Going for the most Sean Blaze. We're anodizing.
refinish of all time. So I'm pretty amped. Everything's kind of coming together. I still have a package with DHL, which allegedly is stateside, but I haven't gotten any updated tracking
You
on
can't
it.
take anything they say
You
seriously.
didn't get a piece of cardboard from it yet or anything?
The coilovers came in DHL.
Oh, were they?
They were
That's-
DHL.
You failed to bring us up to speed on that. That's the biggest fact.
Yes.
I've never
DHL
even heard of that.
whole way from there to here, DHL the whole way. They didn't, and the most
it didn't
interesting thing.
change.
No, it didn't change.
Yeah. That's
Whole
wild.
thing. So, but I've got a big package with
true.
DHL right now for the rest of the bits to kind of put the whole thing together and get the car finally on the ground. So,
Well,
Oh,
we
man.
can't wait to
It's
see
all
that
coming
big
together.
package.
It's all your big package is all coming together.
yeah, it's real compact.
Yeah. So you're going to be driving that thing this year?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm
Realistically, now what? You're not waiting on anything short of.
the control arms.
Okay.
Control arms, upper strut mounts.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all I would technically need to
Upper
drive
strut
it.
mounts are G60 ones, right? It's like the
No.
same thing. They're
I'll show
different?
you. They're like a quarter the size of a hockey puck.
Huh.
Yeah, they're silly.
Weird.
So
Last time I talked about the Alpina XB7.
Yes.
And apparently the whole world tuned in on Tuesday at like 2:00 Canadian
to
time
view
to check
this
this
thing?
baby out.
Yep.
Let me tell you, Daddy did the research for you. You don't
What
have
do you
to
got?
tune in on Facebook. 612 horsepower, 590 foot-pounds of TQs.
Hey, 612. I mean, it's a fucking SUV.
It's
But,
a very
like,
large SUV.
That's like demon. I mean, what do you call SRT8 demon fucking levels of power?
Oh, we're getting right into my news now. 8-speed automatic, tweaked by Alpina. Still has a giant grille. Top speed, 180 miles an hour. That's what it's limited to.
limited to 180.
I think by gravity. 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. Does a quarter mile in 12.6. That's with like 80 buddies. Stainless steel sports exhaust comes with specific dampers.
I fucking hope it's stainless steel.
Ride height control of 1.6 inches up and down, depending on your mode. And it's got big ass Brembos with Alpina logos on it. And it comes with 21 standards, 23s if you ain't a bitch.
23.
23s can't lose with 23s.
Wow. I think you can.
They ain't 24s. I keep them clean, though.
Just imagine what that 0 to 60
Gotta
time
keep
would
them clean though.
Imagine that 0 to 60 time if they're just 20s.
It's all about odd number wheels. Everybody knows.
Right.
Everybody knows.
Interesting. Yeah. So what that 0 to 60 time is that on the 21s and the 23s?
I'd imagine the 23s, but
What do they do?
I imagine it's on the 21s.
Douche
There's a lot
trace?
less-
drag strips on.
Deuce Trace? Deuce Trio?
Dub Trace.
Dub Trace?
Dub Trace.
Dub Trace.
Dub Trace.
Dub
Okay.
Trace.
Interesting.
And then that's $141,300. That's where she starts.
141, 300.
And the tires are
And there's
$41,000
like an
each.
$800. Yeah, there's an $800 delivery charge or some shit. And
That's-
then that's with the 21s.
That's right there with the AMG G550
Yes.
or AMG G-Wagon.
I would definitely rather have this.
Yes.
I think G-Wagons are stupid.
I love the way they vacuum seal you in though.
Yeah. Big fan.
Still
That's
my
true.
favorite
The
part.
thump. Yeah.
Big fan. If I had to, live somewhere where I could like look down on people, I'd probably, G-Wagon probably be the bride. What else you got?
Call back
Callback.
to our boy, Carlos Ghosn.
Carlos Ghosn.
Oh,
He
boy.
was the accused CEO of Nissan that was house arrest in
This guy who
Japan,
snuck out in a tuba case?
escaped. He's in, where did he go to, Libya, I think? No, he went to Lebanon.
Yeah.
escaped to Lebanon.
Munich.
Serbia.
Well, former Green Beret Michael Tyler, 59, and his son Peter, 26, were detained in Massachusetts on Wednesday.
Whoa.
Japanese prosecutors issued warrants for their arrest in January for sneaking Mr. Goshen out of Japan, helping him get out. He was detained in Japan on charges of financial misconduct in 2018 and made a dramatic escape from the house last year. He denies any charges against him. And despite being monitored 24 hours a day, on December 29th, he snuck it out. And that's how he did it now. He's got some Green Beret and his son helping him. So they were picked up right nearby in Massachusetts.
In Mass, yeah.
Massachusetts.
Yep.
So
Did they say where in Massachusetts?
no?
Hold on, wait.
I don't think I cared enough to even look that
It was
hard. But
Goosen,
Goshen,
and then it was COVID.
COVID.
And now they're in Mass.
Yep.
I mean,
They're coming for us.
I see snakes a-tangling.
Yeah.
I see snakes a-tangling.
Yeah. There's something.
Woo!
Hey now.
Yeah.
Is that your fourth beer?
We some beers are popping.
We talked about some Project Binksy stuff last week, 2 weeks ago. Last week, whatever. And you asked me about the turbo size. It's a GTX 3582R.
Yeah.
Going on a 2.2 liter.
Yeah, so it doesn't have holes in the.
No.
It has slots above them.
Yeah, no holes.
I gotta
But
catch up on that.
yeah, yeah, you do. They just put out an
Way behind.
hour-long transmission rebuild. So
It's probably okay. You have time.
hold on to your
Yeah.
pants.
But it just, yeah.
I'm way behind.
I think I should restart it. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm only like six episodes in,
that's
so I
probably
should
about where
restart
I'm
it.
at too.
There's Netflix series that are shorter than this. So
Oh, for sure. I have a weekend story. Yesterday I was driving to my Skyride to Newport to my brother's house, and there was a man whose girl was driving a Nissan Murano, and he was hanging out his window telling me to gun it. So obviously I'm an adult, so I gunned it. And then he pulled up on side of me and said, "Yo, would you sell that?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll sell it." And he's like, "Yo, how much money, man?" And I was like, $100K. He's like, "What?" And I was like, $100,000. We were like going on the highway at 80 miles an hour. And he's like, "Oh, got it." So it's just weird things that happen to me. Driving a purple Skyline. So
yeah,
if anybody wants to buy $100,000, it's yours.
Yeah, have at it.
That's my number.
Set the bar.
And then anybody else have any callbacks? Besides like an unofficial ad thingy.
last week we were asked about chocolate or vanilla shake, right?
Yes.
2 weeks ago, last week. And I was like, oh, like vanilla is like just kind of it's melted ice cream. What the fuck?
See, that's my choice.
FF
Vanilla.
Metalworks allegedly says, he said, next time you get a vanilla milkshake, you put 25-year-old balsamic vinegar in it.
What?
He said, and it tastes fantastic.
The fuck?
Listen, I don't have 25-year-old balsamic vinegar.
Who has that
But
laying around?
this is a man I trust.
It is a man I trust, but that sounds
What
terrible.
in the actual fuck?
Is that like a Canadian delicacy? Like
I don't
poutine?
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No,
Yeah,
that's a cruel Canadian joke. Is
Yeah,
it?
he's just fucking with you.
I don't
Now
think.
I do like a black and white shake. You take the vanilla shake with chocolate syrup in it instead of just a regular chocolate shake. That's good.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
All right. Player 3 has entered the game.
He said it's a very Italian thing to do. I gotta say, bud.
He's fucking rickrolling you right now.
Yeah,
like so bad.
Yeah,
You said it's a
Rickroll.
very Italian thing to do?
Yeah. It was very.
I mean, you're putting balsamic vinegar on something. It sounds Italian.
Italian Canadian?
So he tells me this, and I reply, "The fuck?"
FUQ.
To which he says, "Oh yes, my man, but it has to be the good stuff." No.
Where does one
where do I
acquire
get
25-year-old
balsamic
Marshall's,
vinegar?
Marshall's boys.
Yeah, it's been sitting on
I
the
have
shelf.
balsamic
You have to
vinegar,
find this
but
stuff.
it's from Market Basket
Wait,
last week. Like, it's
Doesn't
not-
Don't use
balsamic
it.
vinegar like the salad dressing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it'll have a slight cherry taste.
Yeah, it's fucking mold.
He does it every time to French vanilla ice cream.
That's the
He said it's very
craziest thing
Italian
I've
to
ever
do.
heard.
So
That's mold and fermentation.
if someone else wants to try this,
I mean,
have at
I
it.
like balsamic vinegar.
I do too.
Not
I do
on
too.
fucking ice cream.
Like I
but
put it on
maybe he's
broccoli.
right.
Yeah,
And
I like balsamic vinegar.
Broccoli it?
Yeah.
I like ice cream.
That's what I made last
I
night for
don't-
dinner. It was good.
There's got to
Alright,
be something
alright.
I'm missing here with 25-year-old balsamic
Yeah, that's
vinegar.
not right.
Yeah. So, sure, someone else try it because I'm not feeling
You
froggy
know what I
enough.
put in vanilla ice cream? Because I'm not a serial killer. Peanut butter sometimes. That's
There you
good.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if you're Italian,
Can we
add
have some awful waffles yet?
a little marinara?
That'd be
Don't
good.
actually get me an awful waffle. God damn it, I want an awful waffle.
I know.
Call up
Ever since
YB.
the other day, I wanted a fucking milkshake.
Can we get awful
milkshake.
waffles?
I don't know.
Does DoorDash have them?
I don't. Who knows?
Oh, I bet they do.
I'm ready to get fucking awful.
Yeah.
Just dip my shawarma in it.
I get those bitches over here.
What else do we have for callbacks? Anything?
If anybody's looking for a C43 AMG, I got a line on one. It's cheap money. And
Do you want to include the rest?
Yeah. It's a 2000,
A bit of a
130,000 miles, silver on black. Does not have a transmission in it currently. Comes with the manual transmission that you can put in it.
Was it a manual car originally?
They were all automatic, but I believe the Chrysler
okay.
Crossfire or something shared the transmission. So you chop that thing in. It's got the exhaust for it. On full disclosure, I was going to split it with Corey if it had the automatic and just throw the fucking manual in the dumpster.
Yep, 100%.
Throw a 100 shot on it and have at it.
Well, the car comes with a 4.3 liter V8 with 302 horsepower. The only reason I'm mentioning it is because it's cheap. It's $3,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. That's really cheap.
It's super.
So if you want to make a silly fucking drift car, this would be it.
And something odd.
Hey,
just
it's
something
cool. I mean, the car looks cool. It's
different,
a 2000s C with a fucking giant motor, and everybody knows you just cut the
that was a
goddamn
cool
mufflers
car.
out.
I was in until I figured out there's no transmission inside the car.
Yeah.
If it was staying automatic, I was like, you know what?
Yeah, but I wanted something we could just drive like assholes
Yeah.
and not have to do anything to.
Like, is everything for the transmission swap with it? Like, does it have a pedal cluster?
I'm working on the pedal cluster right now.
Okay.
It has like the correct exhaust and especially exhaust for it.
Oh,
It has
okay.
the transmission, which I guess is a kind of bitch to get.
Yeah.
I don't know about the cluster. I'll have info by the time this gets out there.
Okay, deal.
Light money though. If you're trying to do something stupid, you're trying to waste your money, make a bad decision like the
I
bad
was gonna say,
decision
you know what?
was.
Hey, I'm like in the process of doing a refi to do stupid things right now.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah. I'm knee deep in that right now. I'm like got bad decisions written all over me.
There
buddy.
we go. Let me throw a little extra on the house there.
Over time, it's fine.
Yeah, nothing a big deal.
Just like what's it? What's the?
I mean, it's nothing like paying 30 years for a Skyline. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
30-year fix. That's it.
Lock me in, fam.
I'm fresh out.
Okay, is that it for?
Let me get that disclosure.
Any other callbacks, boys?
That's all I got for callbacks, gentlemen.
Well, I think it's time to cue the boys.
There we go.
News.
The news.
I think we should start with the PSA.
Let's do it.
PSA.
PSA. And I'm sure this is going to come up from everybody, and everybody's probably already seen it. However, I titled this PSA New Jack Shitty. On March 20th, 2020.
Yeah.
Wait.
New Jack Shitty.
New Jack Shitty.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I went with that. So unfortunately, Harbor Freight recalled 6-ton jack stands made between June 2013 and November 2019. I quote, "It was determined that product quality had become inconsistent due to aging of the tooling.
Due to being sold at Harbor Freight.
Stage NHTSA recall 20E-016 as the recall describes the safety risk specifically. Underload with a potential shift in weight. On certain units, the jack stand pawl may disengage from the extension lifting post, allowing the stand to drop suddenly with potential to injure people near or under a lifted vehicle." Then on May 3rd, 2020, they also recalled the 3-ton jack stands for similar reasons. In total, 1,708,000 jack stands are potentially affected.
Those are
Check 'em.
those are the Pittsburghs, right?
Pittsburgh's.
Yeah. Check the model
I only
number.
buy Cincinnati
Yeah.
parts.
I have the Pittsburgh ones, but I checked, and neither one of mine were the model numbers. So definitely check the model numbers.
It's also definitely time to get new fucking jack stands.
No way.
Yeah, no way. I've had 2 sets of Harbor Freight ones.
Yeah.
One of which I dropped an engine block on. And it's good.
Yeah.
She all right.
I'll tell you what, I cheap out on a lot of stuff. I don't cheap out on fucking jack
So
stands.
that's the thing. It's always the debate. I mean, I was going to buy them from Harbor Freight like a month or two ago, but I haven't just bought anything yet. But it's always kind of the debate of, well, if it's your life that weighs in the balance here, maybe you shouldn't cheap out and buy something nicer. I don't know. But at the same time,
What if I put a
was-
Harbor Freight pump jack under the subframe while it's on. That's what mine was.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
My initial
That's the
thought
plan.
was to
The
just
safety net.
Bottle jack.
add more jacks at
No,
varying
I use a
heights.
Volkswagen Widowmaker under the subframe
Yeah.
while the jack stands are
Those
on the
things
four
hold up
corners.
great to little
Yeah.
distortions, you know?
My initial thought was to just add more jacks at varying heights. To at
Everybody knows.
least
You just take your
Yeah,
wheels and
we were
throw them on the
thinking
fucking
exactly.
car.
18 to 32 jack stands.
start at least 13. That's a magic number. And then, vary the heights just so you at least give yourself a little fighting chance to climb out of there if 1, 2, or 12 of those things fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so yeah, thanks to everybody for sending that to all of us. And I mean everybody on the planet.
Yes.
For sending that to
But
all
no,
of us.
in all reality, check your jacks
Yeah.
because that
Because new jack shitty.
because new jack shitty. We don't want to see that happening
No.
or hearing about that happening or anything.
Nope.
No, just go to the gym and get your bench up.
Get
you know what I
swole.
mean?
Right. Realistically, you
Coming
only have
down.
to pick up the front or the back of the car.
It's not even the whole weight of the car.
Yeah. It's just what's that? Leverage, pivot.
Leverage,
You gotta pivot.
lever arm.
Yeah, but it says they fail under
That's
shifting. So
the
while you
best,
pick up the back, the front's going to fall on you anyway. So
You got to get your knees up. So that's not great.
No, not good.
And I know everyone in the chat room and listening to this has Harbor Freight jack stands. So
Most likely.
true.
Yeah.
get those checked out.
Yeah, I actually have, what do I have? Harbor Freight, and then I have Craftsman jack stands.
I know I was there like a year ago and I saw the jack stands were like $20 and I was like, shit, I
I
could
gotta,
a set of jack
I gotta
stands.
chime in
I didn't
from
buy
the
'em.
chat. Toolbag Tim, what if your life isn't worth as much as the Mark III the jack stand is holding? I have to rebuttal.
Solid point.
Time to
Realist-
reconsider some stuff.
At this point, a Mark III, it's going to be rusted out so much it doesn't have much to hold up.
Yeah,
You can
most
probably
likely
pick that
it'll
thing
just
up.
go. You'll go right through it.
We love you guys. I want a Mark III.
Yeah.
I don't. I read an interesting article about James Dyson and
The
the
vacuum?
Dyson electric car, which he was trying to build. And the most interesting thing about this article is
I heard that thing sucks.
Oh, wow.
he spent $600 million of his own money on it. And after years of trying, they could not make the vehicle commercially viable. And they're going to concentrate on making solid-state batteries and machine learning, which brings up the question, James Dyson has $600 million?
to just fucking.
Have you seen how expensive those vacuums
The
are?
vacuums are like $500 a piece.
Boys, I went deeper. James Dyson is worth $19 billion.
Wow.
So what kind of cult is he a part of? Fucking
Like
the
fucking-
New World Order?
The,
or-
Definitely
vacuum
the
cult.
Grove there. Fucking,
Yeah.
He's one of the richest men in Europe.
In-
19
or-
billion. This guy's selling fucking vacuums.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. I'm
That's
over here
incredible.
coming up with fucking brilliant ideas like the truck system. I'm not worth $1 billion.
Wait, didn't Jeremy Clarkson do a little bit with the dude
With
Dyson?
Dyson?
I think he did.
Did he? Because didn't he own one of two or one of three Ferraris? I could have swore.
I don't know.
I swear to God, Jeremy Clarkson did some funny shit with him.
maybe.
He had like one built. It was going to go 600 miles on a charge, like all the other vaporware that's coming out against Tesla. But he actually spent 600 of his own. I was like, $600 million. Where'd this fucking guy get $600 million?
I'm just thinking it's a monopoly and somebody needs to break into that vacuum market.
Like
everybody's
Oric, Orson, Hoover.
These are all.
Yeah, I mean,
Are-
the guy's really going to lock down.
Are the owners of set are
They all the same
those
guy?
all fucking right? There's something. 19 billion. My God.
Anna Sorrell with the chat room, he does commercial hand dryers and stuff too, which brings me to my next point. How the fuck is that guy worth $19 billion?
Because he sucks and blows.
Yeah. You have to intake the air and exhale
Yeah.
the air.
Okay. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. I didn't know he was working on one, which might have been part of the reason it didn't work out great.
Was he consulting with that fucking Black Eyed Peas dude?
Will I am?
Well, I am.
Oh no! Remember that car?
Oh, I do. It's tough to forget.
Great vehicle. Great vehicle.
What else do we got? I have in actually just electric vehicle news because we can't get away from it.
EV news.
GM postpones the world-shaking new electric Hummer.
Yep. Did you see the
They
most recent
postponed
news?
it?
No, they pull the plug on it finally.
It's got
Didn't-
fucking T-tops.
So it's got you're telling me it's got 1,000 horsepower, unlimited mileage,
in T-tops.
T-top.
And
It's literally the new Supra.
It's the world's best vehicle.
I'm 100% on board for anything with T-tops or a
Yeah.
Target top. For
Not
that.
only that, you could put a Jeep dick on it, so you could put a hum dick on it.
Yeah.
You could tow with it. This thing, it just keeps
I
getting
mean,
better.
it's got a limited mileage.
Yeah.
1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
T-tops.
T-tops. Yeah.
I
It's
just,
so amazing
I can't wait for this thing.
It's almost like a 13-year-old girl's like dream board. You know, like they just keep throwing shit at it,
Yeah.
and none of it's a reality. It's
I've
just
always
like,
wanted a Hummer.
yeah,
I heard they're great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's get one.
Probably not the best.
It's postponed, you say?
Yeah.
Any idea how long?
No, didn't say.
Okay.
Oh,
Didn't
forever.
say.
Forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
forgot to say
that's
it's
one of
supposed to
those-
go forever.
I think why I didn't say it is because, there's just no realistic date for it to ever come.
To ever
But
actually happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pipe dream.
Yeah. Interesting.
I love it. I love it.
But,
Yes. Well, I saw they had T-tops and I was like, you know what? Back in.
yeah. T-tops. I can deal with it.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't even
also a
hear what
sports
you're
car.
talking about for a car, but I heard T-tops.
You know, let rip these sleeves off. Yeah.
Let me fold my cigarettes into my t-shirt. I got some bad news.
Bad news.
Not that we will like bad news,
Bad news.
but I think it's bad news. I don't like it. Seinfeld says no more to comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Recently on a conference call, Seinfeld said, "We haven't planned anything with the show. I feel like I did that tour. I know they look very casual and easy, but they are actually a lot of work to make. The editing is very intense, and I don't know if I feel like I may have done." I feel like I may have done that exploration at this point. So in other words, he feels like he's over it.
So on that topic, he was on Stern this morning.
Oh, was he?
actually, yeah. And that's kind of his whole MO. Like he doesn't like doing, he likes to do things right before it's too much.
Yeah.
Right.
So like
He doesn't want it to become a job.
exactly.
He doesn't
Like
want to become the last episode of Seinfeld.
and like he even said up until because of COVID, he said he wasn't going to go on Stern again because he was like, that interview is so good. I'm never going on again because it's not going to be as good.
Yep.
Like this was the only reason he went on.
Yep.
But that's kind of his whole thing. Like,
Yeah, but-
I want to wait until people want more and I want to stop right then.
Hats off to him. Saying,
That's
everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
He knows when to pull the
I
plug.
think he did a great job. He had everybody I want to see on it.
Yeah.
It was funny.
and that's the thing is when I see
Yeah,
the
you don't
thing,
need to do anymore.
Go
when
see
I-
the Bill Burr episode.
Yeah.
It'll make you life.
Oh my
Seen
God.
the
I like the
blip.
Jerry Lewis one better.
I'm like 84 episodes. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
He made 84. That's right. That's plenty. I get it.
And
Yeah.
the
Or
amount
the
of money,
Ricky Gervais one.
the amount of money they've been trying to give him, if you listen to interviews with him, to do anything, and he's just like,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to have bosses. I don't
His
have
new
anything.
special was real good though.
Excellent.
It was
Yeah.
so
He
good.
even said that might be the last special he ever does too.
He
But he
always
said he's
says
gonna
that, though.
he's gonna do the hell out of comedy.
Yeah, he wants
do
to. He
tours.
likes doing stand up. Yeah, that's his whole deal.
But he's got enough money. If you had Seinfeld money, you'd be like, yeah, this comedian Cars Coffee is awesome. I saw all my friends. Fucking, I'm not doing it again.
Yeah. I hung out with everyone I want to hang out with. I don't want to see anyone more.
Last year, he was like getting sassed for not having enough women on it or something. You could tell you're like, Jerry's fucking out of this.
Yeah, he doesn't need that.
Like, I
He's
don't
over
give a
it.
shit.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we see with so many things, with sports, with just personality related things that people overdo it.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
overstay the welcome,
And he gets it.
Yeah, yeah.
He comes for the good time, not the long time.
Yeah, they come.
you know?
They become a parody of themselves because they stay too fucking long. I mean,
Yep.
what NBC has in the past tried to throw just insane amount of money at him making
Yeah.
another season.
For,
And he doesn't want a
Yeah.
boss.
I'm not gonna fucking do it.
He doesn't want to beat a dead horse in the mouth.
Yep. His interview with Eddie Murphy on there was amazing.
Yeah,
that was like one of my
Comedian
favorite.
Guys,
There's so
episodes,
many
yeah.
of them that were
Yeah.
wonderful. Julia Richard
Dreyfus, yeah.
That
yeah.
was great. I mean, even the one with Larry David, that was,
Yep.
that was,
Oh, yeah.
it was one of the early
I was
early
just
ones.
impressed with the
Salads.
Eddie Murphy one because his interviews are always horrendous.
Oh,
So-
but he actually
Right,
got
but
him
Eddie
to
Murphy's
just,
the same way.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
like
no, buddy,
him
fuck
with
it.
him with Jerry Seinfeld was amazing.
right, because
Yeah.
he could actually be
He,
himself.
he got
to it.
something out of
It's
it.
two of the same people. You
Yep,
know, like
exactly.
they live
Mutual
the same way. They
respect.
think the same way. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, good for him. I don't know. Just fucking buy more cool cars that we can fucking
Do
Uber
whatever the
over.
fuck you want.
Yeah.
No, you know what's great? And I did very much like that show and all the guests, etc. But this allows him to do something else that's going to be fucking cool.
That'll be right. That'll
And
hopefully come
he's going to do
naturally.
something that'll show up and it's going to be fucking cool, whether it be more comedy tours, which are incredible, more shows, or just come up with a whole nother concept. And it's most likely going to be about cars anyway. So,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, good for him, man.
I mean,
No
people
matter-
will
More power to
continue.
that guy.
They'll go back to watch it over and over. I mean, people still to this day. I say people. I know they do. I personally just restarted Seinfeld, but people rewatch that shit nonstop.
It's a great show.
People
Yeah.
going to continue to rewatch that anyway. He'll
That's the
fucking
go-to
Continue
to
to
just
make
put
money
on.
off of
And
it.
as far as like celebrities into cars, I will take Seinfeld over Leno. Any day.
Really?
100%.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yep.
I like Leno because it's such a wealth of knowledge from every corner.
Yeah.
Where Jerry's just kind of very honed in on one particular portion.
He's just one of those people to me that has like a super punchable face, you know?
Who, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
that.
of course. I'm
But
sure I fucking
I just
do
like
too. but,
Seinfeld better. I don't know why.
No, I like Seinfeld. I like Jay Leno a lot, but
Yeah.
I just like anytime I see Seinfeld on anything, I'm watching that.
Yeah,
it's not even
exactly.
a car thing. So like if he's just in a Porsche, which he has some other shit, but it's just like, no, I want to hear him talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't like Porsche guys at all.
Good people. Good people.
Shout out to Brett. Love that guy.
Speaking of that, Brett Sloan is going to be on an episode pretty soon.
Yeah.
Shouts to Brett.
It doesn't count.
What else do we have for news?
Okay.
What do you got?
We talked last week about Hertz looking at bankruptcy.
Oh, yeah. Sweet.
And then suddenly, Hertz dumped a bunch of Z06 Vets in the market.
Yeah.
It's the Hertz edition, yellow with black stripes, Z06, $60,000. Also, they dumped all the Hertz edition Camaro SSs, which come with a cold air intake, an upgraded exhaust, which ups the power to 480 horsepower. And they also dumped all the Hertz edition ZL1 Camaros with the aftermarket Callaway supercharger, making 750 horsepower.
What?
They had a Hertz
It's
edition
important to
with that?
note that all of the cars are listed below market value too.
Wow.
A few
Yes.
grand,
Because
a
they
few
want
grand
to
below.
move them.
They're just trying to dump them. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I don't like the Vet with the yellow in the yellow base with the black stripes.
Nope.
But the ZL1 and the SSs with the black with the yellow stripes,
Yeah.
they're looking nasty.
Yeah. Black with the yellow, I can get down with. The yellow
Yeah.
with the black, I'm like,
No, it's that-
Transformers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And
Yeah, a little vinyl wrap can fix that.
buying rental cars is one thing, but I read an article and it was commented on by someone who works at Hertz, and he's like, you know what? I'm not saying it's like a one-owner car and the guy just loved it his whole life. However, the people that are renting these things
Nowhere near.
are spending a shitload of money
Yep.
to rent these cars to fucking pretty much do nothing with them.
They're in a different age bracket.
And if they do go crazy, they're just going to crash them and they're not for sale.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's not like it's been if you buy a Corolla off Hertz, like, yeah,
It's not like we all rented them.
Yeah, there's no
that-
turn but an e-brake turn in a Hertz Corolla,
Yeah.
right?
That thing's been dragged
Fastest
through the
car's
mud.
a rental car.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you want to rent these, even the ZL1 Camaros were like $800 a day. Like,
It's not cheap.
Right.
so it's if you're shooting a music video or something, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm the idiot that rents these fucking things.
It's true.
And I'm afraid of wrecking them.
Yeah, because you know how expensive it is on the backside. It's fucking crazy money.
So it was interesting. He's like, I'm not saying it's the best thing to buy, but I'm saying it's okay to look at.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, especially with these cars, these engines are.
It's a Camaro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's an LS.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's true. Yeah,
It's just
she's
an
an LS.
I bet
8-cylinder Chevy.
95% of this entire quantity is all going to end up in Florida.
Yeah, in ditches and alligator pits. But anyways, yeah. So they have started. They are going through this bankruptcy thing. So
The C63 AMG, I don't know. They have a lot of them.
they have a lot of them.
Do they?
Yeah, they have a lot
I
of
haven't
them.
started dumping them yet, though. Because I would know.
I
I'd be
know.
the one.
I want to buy some lifts off that Larry Casilla guy. By the way.
I got a little something about that later.
Oh, good. Tell him I want to buy some lifts.
I reached out to him many times to try and get him on the podcast, and I've yet to get a response. So
I've gotten responses from him on Instagram. Not on the podcast.
I've sent like proper emails. So
Slide on his DMs.
Maybe
Yeah.
So that guy's selling all those cars. You can buy any car you want from that guy. He's going to be left over with 150 lifts.
yeah,
Call us your boy.
Right. Reach out to him.
Anyone trying to sell a 4-post, I'm your man. Hit me up. I know someone out there trying to sell it. Jesse's trying to hoard that thing on me. Yeah. So yes, Hertz dumped a bunch of cool shit. It's out there.
Yeah.
If you have an affinity for yellow and black cars that make a lot of horsepower, you could make worse decisions with that money.
you could definitely make better ones too. But
Way better.
as in the 400Z,
400Z.
400 horsepower, $40,000, a Nismo tuned automatic or a 6-speed manual gearbox. Due to Nissan's recent cost-saving initiative, it's going to be based on the 370Z platform.
So
Kind of a bummer.
I have something that's going to tie into that for
The
our
370Z
main
platform
topic.
that's been the same since like 1998.
I have something that ties into that in the news.
Yeah.
Which is Nissan's in the shitter. Announced
Definitely in the
their $2.8
shitter.
billion package of money-saving measures, which will shut down Datsun for good, bigger focus on SUVs and crossovers, and the GTR and Z models are scrapped in Europe.
In Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, Europe.
Yeah.
So far, right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, exactly. That's how it starts.
now I have a fear that like we're just going to get a 370Z with an engine out of a different
Facelift?
vehicle. Yeah.
Yep.
Which is
That's exactly what's going
which
to
is
happen.
Yeah.
so less exciting than what the original thought process was.
Right.
Yeah.
However, there's still rumors out there that it's going to tie back to the design style of the 240Z. I just don't see it happening anymore.
I mean, there's rumors that there's a new S2000 coming, you know?
There's rumors that the electric Camaros is going to have 1,000 horsepower.
That the world isn't
in
flat.
T-tops.
Yeah.
If they gave it a proper, not facelift, but if they designed it and took styling cues from the old stuff, yet kept it the same, I'd be okay with that.
Old but new.
Old but new.
Say the bad news in a good way.
Dare I say similar to, well, you can't even say the same thing with the new, you know, Hello Kitty and Charger and all that stuff. It was like they took cues from the old school, but made it new, et cetera, and it worked.
They were all just biting the Mustang thing when they did it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, which is fine. But if Nissan did it and made a Z car look fucking cool again, you know, make that long nose, long hood.
I just feel like I can't picture a 370Z becoming something cool from that.
Oh no, you have to start fresh.
Yeah,
you have to scrap that.
Yeah.
Scrap that.
be like-
I thought you were saying if they did that with a 370Z. But
No, like save the drivetrain, save everything. Fucking get rid of all the other stuff.
If they
Let's
take
just
this-
start
I
new.
misunderstood
Take
you.
the 370Z, is this in Molder? Change the bumper.
Get some great stuff, spray foam, and
Yeah.
extend the nose out and call it done.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that'll tie into our main topic as well.
But what Josh has said about the Hello Kitty, Dodge Durango Hellcat is expected in October. Can you imagine something with 7 seats that goes 700, well, it has 707 horsepower?
Yeah, the BMW Alpina.
Yeah.
I have, in their never-ending quest to kill everyone, Dodge is making a Hellcat-powered Durango a priority.
Yeah, as if everything else going on in the world isn't killing enough people fast enough. Let's put something out there that no one really
Do you know how
needs.
cheap gas is?
I love it.
It is cheap. How long will it stay cheap? Someone's
Forever.
going to get stuck with that.
No, it's going to stay cheap forever.
Not too long.
It's staying cheap forever.
I hope so.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, I give it like another month.
No, it's staying cheap forever.
July.
yeah.
July.
Yeah, but Rona had originally pushed back the diabolical plan to release that car by 3 to 4 months, but then I think gas got cheap and like, you know what? Let's hammer it out.
Yeah.
I
The
got an
time is now.
inside source at Dodge. I was told 2021 model coming out end of this year, just like Corey said. So
Wow.
The Doge.
get ready
Yeah, they're
to
pushing.
wreck hard in a Durango.
So I guess they're expected for allocations to hit dealers in October.
Rondo Blues G60 said 100 horsepower per seat.
That's true.
True.
Right.
That's very true.
God
That's
bless
actually
you.
not bad. It's a good power to weight ratio.
I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
It's a good one. You know, I know Koenigsegg's got his 1-to-1. You know, Dodge has their 1 seat to 100 horsepower.
Yeah.
1 to 100.
Yeah, 1 to 100. It's much better.
Yeah.
We call it the megawatts.
Yeah. Ford is delaying the V8 Ranger Raptor, which I just never thought was going to be a thing anyway.
They're gonna. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna be real.
that would
Apparently,
kill-
they're moving forward with
I was
it.
going to say that wouldn't that, no, it wouldn't actually. It wouldn't bite into the real Raptor.
No.
It would definitely bite into the real Raptor. Anybody that has a real Raptor
think so.
doesn't do anything with it.
Well,
Doesn't
I
get
just
smaller
picture-
and
Yeah, they don't
faster.
need a bigger bed.
But why buy a big body truck when you don't need it?
Well,
There's
that's
still
the
going to
other
be
thing, though, is
those people.
Yeah, that's right.
Raptors are so iconic now. Like, if you get a Ranger Raptor, it's like, you know,
No, you couldn't afford the real
it's
thing.
like if you have an iPod Mini instead of an iPod, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Shit.
Right.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I don't know. And it also didn't specify what V8 it was getting. You know what I'm saying?
Coyote.
Yeah. Like would it just get the regular one out of a normal GT, or and
right.
then obviously then the
I think even that would be
F-150
still
Raptor would
fucking
get the
cool.
big dog
Right.
V8.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
Yeah.
how they keep them separate.
Yeah.
Well, the F-150 Raptors have the EcoBoost.
Well,
Now.
not anymore.
Now.
Now,
Yeah.
the new Raptors are going to
Oh,
have
they're
the
going
V8
back to the V8 again.
Yeah.
That's good.
So they can properly jump them and crash them on the first day.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even though
I
the
got-
Eagle Boost is faster.
Speaking of that,
I got those pictures sent to me this morning as a Roush Raptor.
Ooh.
As if I didn't even
I didn't
know
know
that
that
was
was
a
a
thing.
thing, yeah.
I think it's just a Roush F-150. There might have been a little confusion there, but
yeah.
it was jumping.
She was jumping. I think I've seen that Roush F-150 at a Newport Cars and Coffee.
You
Before.
did because
Yeah.
that's where it is.
Yes.
And the lowest part of the tire, meaning the whole lowest part of the vehicle, is probably a good 3 feet in the air.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. He went for broke.
100%.
Yeah. So
Oh, that guy went for it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That guy was having an absolute kind of day.
yeah,
He was definitely on the bang.
Yeah, that guy was on the bang. Hey, good news for Volvo owners.
oh my God.
Volvo has officially limited the speed of its entire fleet to 112 miles an hour. And no one that drives one's ever going to know.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah,
I just
What
literally
are
affects
they?
nobody.
What are they citing? Did they
They said
specify-
because they're trying to get fatal accidents down to 0, and the best way to do that is control you with speed.
They can't do it.
And once you bust 112, that's it. You're dead. Maybe 191 even.
Yeah.
Well, that goes into our discussion we had a couple of weeks ago about speed, right? At certain speeds, you're pretty donezo. Let's just call it like, yep.
Apparently, according to Volvo, it's over 112.
So they made it 113, and it's not going to make it.
That
He's not gonna
apparently,
make it.
according to this
Got a box of juju
Orlando
beans shoved up
Strip
his ass.
Club?
He's not going to make it.
Polestar, said they won't restrict the lineup.
So Polestar won't.
No, but
So
why
you-
would I care if a strip club restricts the lineup?
Yeah. So, I mean, they usually have a pretty strong lineup anyway.
But yeah, they will not restrict the lineup. But let's face it, Vos are boring anyway. No one that drives a Volvo is going to know that. And my wife's always right. Why would I want to drive a fucking shitty Volvo?
I was going to say, didn't you take a trip one day?
Yep.
Yeah.
Drove it. If I knew that bay was restricted to 112, I wouldn't even walked into the
I don't
lot.
think that.
returned
I don't
it.
think that one would have been right.
Returned
Isn't it
it.
new?
No, maybe I should have bought it because it would have been the last
been the last
unrestricted
one, yeah.
Volvo. I've
That
been
would
on
have been
that.
bring a trailer
I
special.
was just going to
raw-
say, bought it in like the next day after this article comes out, right to
Yeah.
bring a trailer.
On the raw power that thing was putting out, I bet it was restricted to 120 just by physics.
Yeah. Speaking of restrictions on speed, Cannibal record.
Ooh,
Cannibal
right?
Records,
wait, which
right?
one? Because there's apparently like
we don't know.
Seven
We don't
of them
know.
now.
We don't know.
We'll never know.
In the past 5 weeks, the time of 2850, which was set by Ed Bolian back in 2013, has been beaten 7 times.
Yeah.
7
What's-
times.
Is this the same team just driving back and forth?
No, it's not. So
I could beat that.
Yeah.
2638 is right now and was a standing record.
Current numero.
That's
uno.
what we talked about a few weeks back, where it was like the COVID run.
Imagine if you were that guy, you did it in 2638 and you got it tattooed on you.
Yeah. So apparently there is a faster time than that. They have not revealed the time yet. It's crazy to think about.
Do you think it's going to be under 24 hours?
No. We're nearing the end of this, and what my whole point that I'm gonna tie into at the end here is it's super sad because someone who's held on to this for so long since it became a thing to me because of Alex Roy.
Yep.
It's not going to be doable ever again.
It's the end. Right?
It is in fact the end.
Yep.
And that's something I did not realize when I talked about it a few weeks ago that like
That's exactly what I was saying.
I was
it
going to
was
say
just
that
driving
was-
it right
yeah.
into the ground.
Yeah.
it's
We're
the,
like,
it's the end of it.
yeah,
There's no,
this is it.
again, this
If
is
you
why.
count this, it's the end of the gumball.
Yeah.
And again, like we said, I believe Chuck and I said,
I don't count it.
asterisks every single one of them.
Yeah. So what they're saying is that they had 30 spotters and they averaged over 120 in most of the
30
states.
spotters?
30 spotters.
Holy
30
shit.
spotters across the country, averaging over 120 miles an hour in most states, or actually, I'm not saying it right, sustaining speeds of 120 across most states.
So average speed of 120.
Yeah.
In most states,
yeah. You've got to be traveling much, much faster than that to set a time like
Right,
that.
to make up for.
A team set a second place time of 26:43. They have not come forward with who they are, but they've put forward their data
Yep.
to kind of get that going. Since then, the solo record has been beaten in the past 5 weeks. The diesel record has been beaten in the past 5 weeks. And the coast to coast record was beaten in the past 5 weeks by 20 hours.
So that's East Coast,
Wow.
West Coast, East Coast.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So Red Ball, Portofino, from Portofino back to Red Ball
Jesus, those guys must have been pissing in bottles
My
for days.
God.
by
Seriously.
20 hours. Now, the only thing people have left to hold on to is like the electric record at this point, which
Just not.
it's not really a
Which
thing right
the
now.
electric grid is going to highly depend on infrastructure.
Yeah. So as infrastructure improves, people can go out there and
Right.
do
It's
it.
going to get better and better,
Yeah.
and battery quality and all that.
I'm interested to see what this new time is because 26:38 is just bonkers.
So, yeah.
Now, if you want to beat the record, you're going to have to unleash a global pandemic to
Yeah.
start your
To-
fucking
right,
record.
to make it
to-
happen.
It's done.
Or just be rich enough to close down highways across
I just
America.
don't. I just don't know if it can ever be beaten at that point.
No, and I think I do still think you have to asterisk it because it's not a normal time.
Yeah, what's it going to go back to? So are people, if they're going to set a record and say, okay, I'm setting a non-fucking coronavirus record,
Pre-Jesus.
which is 2850.
Pre-Jesus, after Jesus.
Yeah, BC before Corona.
ACBC, yeah. So I know there was a lot of news that went on about either being beaten again, but they haven't put out the information, so we can't really say how much has been beaten.
Yeah.
Or
I'm eager.
By how much?
Any updates why are they holding on to that information?
well, the interesting thing,
Are people going
because it's wildly illegal.
I was
I mean, that hasn't really mattered.
Yeah,
So,
they hadn't.
Wasn't that a big thing with oil with Alex Roy?
The big issue with Alex Roy was the person who filmed it then decided they were not going to give up the footage. That was the big issue. And part of the proving point was the footage.
Wasn't the release of all the other stuff waiting for statute of limitations? Because
At
if you
some
can
point-
record
I did-
yourself
yeah,
doing something
I
like
did
that, you
hear
can
that.
get prosecuted for it.
Yeah.
But the gentlemen, or the two guys who did the 2638 time, I mean, that was released
Almost immediately.
a minute after they got to.
Yeah, that was within.
Yeah. And they're,
I
they're
wonder
right.
if they're not releasing it because they anticipate somebody breaking it.
Well, remember the guy that did the around Manhattan thing?
Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
arrested almost
Yeah.
immediately for doing
Gooey
that.
Duck.
Gooey
Actually,
Duck.
no.
Afro Duck?
At whatever his name was, but it took. Yeah, that was immediate because he was doing it for a while and then set this
He
crazy
released the thing and then he got
and
arrested
then
for
that
it.
was it. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there's certain states that it's not going to
Yeah.
fly. New York being one of them.
But the rumor has it, because I'm not there to see it, but cars are leaving daily from
Yes,
Red
exactly.
Ball.
Yeah, and that's
Daily.
I think Corey
We
and
should
I
just go hang out at Red Bull Garage.
Yeah, you'd probably
In
see the
Manhattan.
wildest shit.
Corey and I joke the only traffic on the road is from people
Yeah.
trying to break the
Gumball.
record.
And then this team that recently broke it, they've been in contact with some people they use to verify their times.
Yep.
You kind of, people who have done it before, you use them as a verification system.
Yep.
And they were saying they've seen a large increase of traffic on the road now. So
So it could, all right, right. So yeah, so developing over the past 2 weeks, more people have been back out on the road.
I think you
out
missed
the
your
car.
window. Right now, you
Right,
missed
so
your window.
yeah, exactly. So
So as I initially said, there should be an asterisk on every one of these because
Yeah.
I think it's a once in a lifetime event, and it's gonna, if you are a fan of the gumball, it's gonna ruin it
Not
because
the
you're never
gumball.
gonna be able to beat it.
the Cannonball.
The Cannibal, the gumball, that
That's been
still
rumored for a
happens
while.
somehow, doesn't
but
it?
yeah, oh yeah. Well, I don't know what they're going to do now, but it does still happen.
yeah,
If you're a fan of the Cannibal, it is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. And the people who have set records, they're like, yeah, I mean, it stands. They did what they did, you know. And
No, they definitely made it
yeah,
coast to
that's-
coast.
Yeah, if you're A to B in this allotted amount of time, yes. However, again, there were underlying circumstances that gave somebody an advantage versus other people.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I don't, what this new time is, I don't know. I'm stoked
Yeah,
to see it.
I'm excited to see it.
It could be a minute. It could be an hour. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I'm interested. I didn't, obviously, we're wonderful at math here, so maybe we could have our friend Andrew help us with this. But what is the average speed somebody has to hold for that existing time? I think we could figure that out mathematically.
Yeah.
So if you were to beat 24 hours, what your average speed would be.
That actually math is pretty simple because I think the total distance traveled is very close
Similar,
to
right.
the 2,400
Right. So
miles.
it's just going to be one of those questions that they give you a paragraph in math class and you have to figure out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
slam
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is when I open my Google Maps, I type in Red Ball Garage comes up right away, as if
As if it was listening to you.
As
if it's not the first time I've searched it. And if I type Portofino in, comes right up.
There you go.
Hey, that's how it goes.
Great garlic bread there.
What else do we have for news? Anything?
The only thing that's totally not car news that we were talking about was the Rogan thing, because we all listen to Rogan.
Yeah, that is worth
A brief discussion. That Joe Rogan has signed up to only be on Spotify.
Yep.
Video and audio.
So I don't know how the video is going to work, but my understanding is after a certain date, whether it be January 1st, 2021, all of his videos will be taken off of YouTube in long form format. So the full episodes will no longer be on YouTube, or at least.
But is
But the
Spotify
highlights will be
trying to
there.
challenge YouTube?
So
generally
that's my
now?
question. I don't know, and I don't have an answer.
Maybe
to
he's
that.
just going no video at all anymore.
So that's what I was wondering.
I
If
doubt
it's just
it.
going to be audio only, but I feel like the video.
Spotify would be crazy to do that.
I feel like the video adds to it, certainly in his.
Think about all the
his-
advertising.
does.
So YouTube has these wide ranging demonetization factors, right?
yeah, which he fights every single podcast.
Which he fights
that
every
gets
time,
released.
and he gets demonetized all the time.
Right, mainly because of swearing. Like
For swearing, which is crazy when you think about it. For the audience that watches, I mean, this kid stuff on YouTube, I get it, but like for Spotify to be like, yeah, we allow swearing and monetization, they would bring people over immediately.
instantly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again,
It's just,
maybe
it makes so much sense.
maybe that's the play is just Spotify looks at it and goes, huh, you know what? 100 million? Fine. We're going to be a competitor to YouTube.
I think it's over YouTube, and because YouTube's been doing Rogan dirty.
Yep.
Because he gets so many hits on everything.
Yep. I was just
Other
watching
accounts-
a clip today. It had like 1.8 million views. The podcast came out last week.
Dude, other accounts that take his podcast and do highlights and bleep out the swearing monetize.
Yeah.
which is fucking absurd. That's absolutely absurd.
So it's 2,791 miles. 24 hours would be an average speed of 116.29, but that's 116 literally from start to finish. And it's, I mean, it's,
And we can confirm that because Rondo Blues G60 wrote 116.27. So
good.
It's right there, but that's 160 miles an hour, A to B, 0 stops, which is not possible. So obviously you're going to, but average speed is 116. So, okay. 24 hours could be possible.
Also, back to Spotify. If they're still driving around with that dump truck full of money,
yeah,
we're here.
Hey, I'll give you our numbers. We are here. We're ready, and we're willing to chat.
Yeah. But really interesting times to see that because he's kind of a free speech guy, if you've ever listened to Joe Rogan, and to see him go exclusive on something is confusing to me.
Yeah.
I wonder if he just got sick and tired of dealing with like doing it himself or like Jamie doing it.
I think he gets sick and tired of YouTube.
Well,
I honestly think if he could monetize YouTube, he would double the money he makes. Easy.
I don't think that aspect, they're still going to do it themselves.
Well, so one of the things I was reading was saying that it would make the whole show a lot easier for both of them to deal with. So I don't know what that means.
I think meaning what they can and can't show.
Okay.
I think that's part
No, I
of
bet
the,
Spotify's going to do all the video stuff too.
Yeah.
And another big thing is you constantly hear him say, I fucking wish we could play that. I wish we could play that.
Yeah.
Well, now he can.
Yeah.
So
And there's less Spotify deal with the legal issues or anything of that
Well,
sort. It's going to
technically-
be like Shaquille O'Neal ripping down rims.
music wise,
It's the most recent basketball reference I have.
just pay the fine. But no, music wise, there's always stuff that he wants to play. And he just can't because he doesn't own the rights to it. However,
no, he
Spotify does. And just like a radio station, if you're owned by CBS or something, you can play all their music that they have rights to. Yet another reason why we would like to be on Spotify. So, call us, info@revivemotoring.com. Come on. What else do we have for news?
That's all I got, man. That Rogan thing's messing with my head.
Do you guys want
for
to talk
sure.
about YouTube real quick? Because I got to pee.
Always.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to do YouTube, I don't have anything to add to YouTube. So
That's fine. We're going to sit here in silence. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's a good pee break.
How awesome would that be for our listeners if we sat here in silence while Josh went on a pee break? Who goes on a pee break during a live podcast anyway? I've never done that.
Yeah. Never.
I'm like 2 seconds from going on a pee break.
Well, you know how I talked a few weeks ago of that gentleman on Instagram, Fraser73?
Freezer 73.
He makes like the Lego things.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
He's now moved on to Porsche 917 at Le Mans pictures. Just as cool. Also, the reason why he didn't respond to me asking for a photo to print is because he now sells them himself. So you can
good
just
for
go
him.
buy them there. Yeah. Pretty
Oh,
cool. Not that expensive either.
So hit him up.
Yeah.
You get a poster or something off your boy?
Yeah, you can get a poster. They're a bunch of wonky sizes because he's in the UK. So
God, when will they get the right measurement system over there?
And you brought up the lifts earlier. So I have Al Larry at Ammo NYC. He's got the Corvette Stingray,
Yes, I saw that one.
the 33. I haven't even made it all the way through. But first wash in 33 years. I mean, the tender loving care this man applies
Yeah, he's
to this vehicle.
He's quite tender.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even treat my body that nice.
It's really when nobody does.
Yeah.
When he your body's also not worth that much money.
No, not even close.
when he does the leather, in it with a steam cleaner.
Yeah.
And gets all the seams done. When he's done with the leather seats, it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I need a steam cleaner.
Yeah, steam cleaner is super cool. And the amount of cleaning he's able to do with absolutely zero like chemical of any sort.
Yeah. He's just soap and water.
Yeah,
in there.
increases the longevity of everything by a ton.
Yeah, I watch. Definitely pick up some good tips just even from watching that, which is obviously beyond anything I'll ever fucking watch. But
Yeah.
really just wild. It's wild how he's like, oh, maybe I can flip the breakers on, and he flips the breakers on, and the place is like lit like a museum.
Oh, really?
It's fucking crazy.
Sweet.
So, yeah,
Daddy's back.
Podcast Daddy in the way. Yeah, I very much like that video. I didn't know Braziers put out content like that.
Yeah. Speaking of Brazier's content on YouTube, Project Binky put out a new video.
Oh, really?
And
So
it's
these guys are cranking them out now.
This is a 59 minute and 50 57-second long video of how they rebuilt the gearbox from start to finish.
And it's not enough.
No, it's enough. It's enough.
Yeah, that sounds like enough.
It's an hour long of just like a gearbox rebuild.
I don't know if I could do it.
I couldn't.
It's super interesting because they take things apart and then they clean them and redo them and refinish them and everything. So like that's if they were just disassembling things for 59 minutes, I mean, I'm their biggest nut swinger, but even I'd be out, like
I haven't watched a single episode.
yeah, it's just
I've watched a few, but I don't know if I could get into that whole thing.
yeah, it's super super cool. And it's like finally you're seeing like the home stretch.
Yep.
Which is it's cool to see because after committing 7 years of like
fucking
waiting
crazy.
and waiting and waiting to watch this.
There's like a level of detail where I'm not interested.
Yeah. There's a level of detail that 100% encapsulates my brain.
Like if it's real life speed, like sometimes it's just like, the speed up videos.
Yeah.
Right. To cover a bit.
But
Cover a bit.
I mean, someone's got to do the nitty gritty and go all the way.
If you go and look like on a normal video, like all the comments are like, oh, we'd love to know more about this. I want to see more about this. I want to see more about this. So, I mean, for them to put out another video that they already filmed, right? They're not filming something again. They already filmed the whole thing, the disassembly, the cleaning, because they put the bits that you're watching are in all the other videos already.
Yep.
So you just compile it together, a video of all of it, and it gets a couple 100,000 views.
Crazy. Good for them.
I mean, it was no work besides a little bit of editing and boom. I say that as if it's just like super easy. I don't know anything about it, so the fuck do I know?
know what I've been watching? Ryan Turek, the dinosaur hunter. Ryan Turek, he's doing his East Coast car build. He's doing it at race service in California, which is crazy. We were at race service.
We did, yeah.
Did they have anything to do with those guys back then?
I didn't see anything about
It's
that.
a really cool place.
It was a super cool place. Outdoor garages are a thing.
Oh, it's so cool with the
Yeah.
courtyard and stuff. Yeah, so I put it together while watching. It's like, shit, I've been there.
Yeah.
So he's building this East Coast car to leave it the fucking drift place in Jersey.
English town?
Englishtown. Really cool car build. It's really focused on fabrication.
What
I don't
is
know.
the car?
Exactly. Toyota. Maybe GT86 maybe or something.
It's a Yoda.
That they're
Okay.
putting the 2J in. It was a car they used for some Baja build.
Yeah.
And it's taking it from this Baja build that's just sitting outside the building to this like wildly fabricated like practice car for himself.
Yep.
And it's in this beautiful shop. Tons of focus on fabrication. They have, I'm sure it's not Project Binky slow, but it's 6 episodes in and the motor's not in it yet. So, but it's in depth.
I applaud it.
And I really like it because I know he's a great driver, and I've said this before. He shows what a fucking car guy this guy is.
Yep.
Like he's doing it. He has his buddy help with the fabrication, but like he's hands on everything. It's in depth, and now I really want a fab shop. So then I watched a video, Turek, how to build a fab shop.
There you go.
I want to learn how to weld, so we're halfway there.
Oh, there's welding in there as well, and this is him. It's him building this race service shop that they're using in these other videos. And like he's Craigslist buys, driving around buying shit, sketchily loading on trailers. I mean, it's fucking fantastic. There's a point where he snipes a dude on a Bridgeport. He's like, I called this guy to see this Bridgeport. He's like, yeah, someone coming down later in the day. He's like, yo, if I show up right now with money in hand, can we make this happen? I was like, yeah. He's sniping people on. I mean, this is my kind of shit, So, it was a first man with cash situation.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. I as I said, I knew he was a great driver. I didn't know it was that in. He's in, man. It's fucking awesome. So his whole Turek Vlogs blog, whatever, YouTube is fucking awesome. So if you're looking for some in-depth stuff that's a little bit younger and jazzier, a little California, so that's it.
Little relaxed.
Yeah.
How are we for like in your face camera views?
The ones that are specific,
Like normal level or like
normal level. The ones
Okay,
that are specifically about builds are less than Hoonigan, less than normal.
I'm checking it out now, so that's why I was like,
There is one video where he's doing something. He's like, yeah, all right, well, I'm going to work out now. And it's just like him working out shirtless in the room. I was like, wow, I didn't know I was going to get this. Is great. But yeah, that was weird. I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad he works out, I guess. I don't know why that's included in this video, but the build stuff's awesome. And the guy he has, I forget his name because I didn't write it down. And the guy that's fabricating is fucking great. They're using brakes. They're using, I'm like, oh man, I need band saws. I need brakes.
Yeah, press brakes nice to have for sure.
It's that good stuff.
Sweet. Okay, I got it right here.
So yeah, it's really worth a watch, and it's just a YouTube channel that I never watched before. I've seen like some donut stuff with him, etc. But this is his channel. It's great. Yep. I think he's highly involved in rate service apparently, and just like the way that place is set up is so goddamn cool. Like just check out pictures of race service. It's cool.
I don't know if he's one of the drivers that they represent. I believe it's
he definitely
or he might even be part owner. I think
remember. He's got to be.
Yeah, there's something like that because they represent a bunch of drivers.
But really. Really cool stuff, and the builds are great. So
sweet. I didn't watch anything on YouTube.
No, nothing.
I've really not.
Not even automotive related.
No, really haven't been watching much YouTube.
What about you, John?
I don't watch anything.
You don't watch anything?
I really don't.
You just watch your plants grow.
I watch plants and I listen to music. That's it. I don't watch.
Listen to Stern.
Yeah, I don't watch programs.
What did your shirt say?
Sanguisagavag.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, this is the last concert I went to.
It's very hardcore.
It was like mid-March.
So when we discussed making the Revival Motoring metal shirt,
I thought what I did was pretty tame.
I still wanted it to be legible.
Yeah.
I have no fucking clue what that says.
Yeah,
it says Sanguisagavag.
That's pretty solid, man.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there it does.
Bit of Satan in there. I like that.
Yeah, a lot of Satan. Yeah. Do we want to get into our main topic?
Yeah, I think we do.
I think we do.
Yeah.
Good, because I got a new noise for that.
It's time for
Main topic. Main topic.
I like the last one. The last one's my favorite.
My God.
Yeah. We like to spruce it up a little bit.
Main topic.
That was like an alien main topic.
That's exactly who I was going for.
That was deep.
So our main topic is going to actually be what will COVID change about the car scene? And we mean that short term, long, or not even car scene, cars as a whole, the automotive world, if you will. We mean that short term, long term. We have a bit of a wish list of, maybe some changes are good. And then we have a nightmare scenario, which obviously speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you want to, what's something one thing that obviously changes short term. We haven't gone to a show. I can't even tell you the last event that we had was the one we had here.
It was our show
and
here.
That was January 26th.
Right.
That's been it.
Obviously short term.
No, that was February.
Yeah, it was February.
That was February? Oh, yeah. It was February 26th.
Obviously the short term impact of not having shows and for us not being able to really sell merch in person and see all the people that listen. It might be great for them that we don't get to meet them, but it sucks for us.
It's a huge impact on small business. Absolutely. On any or small, medium businesses, fine, anything, gigantic impact. And obviously there are a lot of small businesses in the automotive world, that rely on shows, different things of that nature. Those are instantly impacted. Shows themselves are suffering with, postponements and outright cancellations. And some of those shows may never actually return.
Right.
So what is the landscape going to look like when we get back? Well, fortunately, we're still here, thankfully, and we hope we can continue to be here as things get back to normal, and that's be that. But everything from buying a car to enjoying cars, everything's been affected.
Yeah, obviously because of this thing, a positive thing is we're trying to find new ways to reach out with people, right? So we started the video thing on Twitch, and so video live on Twitch. So now we have interaction during the podcast, which is a ton of fun, more than we've had before. And we got our YouTube presence going. You look at our studio now from when we started this, it's insane. So that's a nice long-term change, I think.
Yep.
Virtual dust off was something that would never happened before. And I'll tell you what, I didn't mind it. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
That was fun.
It's not a permanent change, but it's a good short-term solution.
It just opens the door for so many, that opens the door for an off-season thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Online.
Think about our podcast-a-thon.
Yeah.
We raised a bunch of money for a great charity, and it would have never happened without this.
No.
And now we know, like John was saying, hey, in the middle of winter, we could do a podcast-a-thon. You can't do car stuff, and we could incorporate the fact that the world's opened up a little bit more to make it even better. So I think everyone's had to evolve a little bit and think of different ideas. Use your
Creative
brains to get
solutions.
creative. Yeah, creative solutions. And that's going to lead to good long-term benefits, I think, from this.
And this video thing, like I know this was on your radar pre-COVID, but it happened primarily because of this.
Yeah, it was a kicker to do it, and it was. Matter of fact, before COVID, we actually started preparing to do this.
Yeah.
But then it was like, oh shit, we got to get this finished, get the room squared away, and let's add the live stuff. So now we really have to get everything finished.
I mean, the room wasn't painted. I mean,
right.
The
Before
whole
there
thing
was
got knocked out.
Yeah. So that was certainly a positive that comes from this. I mean, a huge negative is, not of an announcement. This isn't something to announce, but this weekend is going to be the first car that gets shot for issue number 6.
Woo!
So we're back on that now. Hey, at this point, it is what it is. We can get out there, so we're going to, and we want to make that happen. We have to, essentially. Again, as I said earlier, if we want to survive, we have to make that happen.
And
so
I am itching to get out of Massachusetts. Well, I'm out of Massachusetts now, technically, but this doesn't count.
Yeah, man. You leave whenever you want.
Welcome.
Yeah.
we're going to cold country. Well, I'll just say we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
So one of a long-term thing, and I kind of hinted at this earlier when Corey was talking about the 400Z, long-term effects are with these obviously car sales are plummeting.
Yes.
Unless you fucking want to buy a truck, because apparently that's like the most.
Well, because you can get a Silverado right now for free, basically.
It's like take a Silverado.
Yeah, they pay for it for 2 years, and you have 0% interest when you have to start paying for it.
And you walk out with a 6-pack of Coors.
Yeah.
So long term, one of my nightmare scenarios, now we can tie that in, is that cars like the 400, the new GTR, I don't know, multiple other things that are supposedly rumored out there, are going to get shut down, essentially, because now it's going to be or the idea of car manufacturers to just recoup all that money that they've lost.
Yeah.
And the way to do that would be SUVs, compact cars, stuff that's going to sell. They'll put
bread
that
and butter
money,
stuff.
right? Put that focus in engineering and development and manpower to all that stuff versus making the cool stuff.
Yeah, the cool limited stuff gets cut first.
But for sure, but I think it's more short term because there's always going to be a market for that badass or affordable sports car, something like that. So I think for the time being, it might get cut. But down the line, if everybody's just driving gray eggs, like someone's going to want something cool, So I certainly for the time being, you might not see a good 400Z that you would if this didn't happen, but down the line, someone's going to make something better than what Nissan's making. Nissan's going to be like, we fucked up again.
We certainly hope they recognize and still, there's a huge market for that stuff still. We're part of it. And we want to see that.
They're going to be like, you know what we should do? We should bring back the R35 again. Let's give it another 10-year run, boys.
Well, with these gas prices, maybe we're going to see the twin turbo V8s and V10s and 12 cylinders all over
Ford
again.
doing it, right? With the Raptor.
Just cranking them out.
We're getting right back. I think they're suspending all EPA stuff, so do whatever you want now, right? Or see 16-cylinder twin turbos.
Yeah, no rules for a little bit.
No rules. I was kind of thinking about the car scene mostly, and I hope you see is a focus on building cars now, as opposed to if you were a guy that was like, all right, well, the stadium meet's coming up. I got to get my wheels and my car on bags by the end of the month.
Yeah.
Now you're going to be like, well, it's done by the end of the month. What should I do? Maybe I should do something else to my car. Is there other stuff to do to cars?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Change
hopefully, but you got time. There's not like a hammer.
Well, yeah, that gives you more time to put the fake big brake kit caliper covers on.
And extend your tailpipes up.
Yeah.
So hopefully you see a bit of a more focus on builds coming out of this whole thing. I know there's been a lot more focus, especially locally, on driving and cruising. And that's what these things are built for, right? To go drive them. I know that track days are coming back on the 2nd of June locally. So that's fantastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they're having a race at Thompson, which is great.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. News to me.
My son decided to be born on that day, so I can't go.
Yeah.
I knew it would get me someday. But yeah, hopefully you see a lot more like everybody's at home wrenching on their shit, right?
Right.
So hopefully when the car season comes around, look at John's stuff.
I'm doing stuff.
He didn't even have a
blasting
car
through
when
it,
this all
man.
started.
Yeah.
Thanks to Toby and Chris, I'm doing stuff.
But yeah, that's going to be happening throughout where people
yeah.
are like, you know,
Yep.
I'm going to get this thing done, especially if people out of work for a bit.
Yeah, now's the time.
I mean,
Let's
it-
knock it out.
Out of work, you get those Trump bucks.
Yeah.
Buy some mods.
But
Yeah.
so short term, like maybe next car season, you're going to have a lot of great done cars. But then I think long term, that makes people be like, holy shit, I got to get to that level, you know?
I mean-
so I'm hoping this bumps up the level of what people do to their stuff.
Nick and Rachel are on like their 4th or 5th time painting the Mark II.
Oh, yeah, painting the backgrounds to take
Yeah,
the pictures in.
it's building the buildings,
He actually split the door skins and painted the seams last weekend. I
Yeah.
think.
rewelding everything.
Yeah, so hopefully that happens. Also, because of the Rona here, you can't have large groups. So fuck all those stadium meets.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not gonna.
So you're not going to see that for a little while, and maybe people will start realizing how lame some of that stuff is.
Yep.
Especially with builds improving. So maybe more intimate meets, more
Intimate meets. That's-
focused meets,
We prefer intimacy for
more
sure.
elitist
Yeah.
meets, you know? But no, we're looking to try to have little events here and there. You know, we've always
Yeah.
done our early morning cars and coffee stuff, which you probably get away with very shortly. So
Yeah, I'd assume.
hopefully a lot of a lot of it gets focused back, and a lot of guys are kind of out of the scene for a little bit, or we're having a rush to get ready for a show. Hey, now you got time to knock it out. So I don't know. I think that could be a plus.
What is a nightmare scenario? Or actually, no, before we go to nightmare scenario, what's a wish list?
Wish list?
Yeah.
Everybody realize what junk Subarus are. Stripping all the bolts in the
didn't-
garage.
I didn't
all-
put anything for there's nothing in particular that I'm like,
my
yeah.
wish is that where people's their stuff gets to the next level. Like,
Right, just take
and
the time
if
to
it
do it.
happens for the 2021 season and all these
Yep.
cars are crazy, it's just going to elevate how everybody builds their stuff for at least a decent period of time. So
Right.
I can't stand seeing people binging on Netflix, you know, during this. It's like,
when
there's
there's
so like,
stuff that
do you
yeah.
so
I
much
literally
time.
get an anxiety attack if I have my TV on for half an hour. I'm like, I have car stuff to do. I have yard work to do. I have so many projects that I want to do that I never have time for. So it's like
plants to water.
this all exactly. This stuff sucks. Like, I'm not going to deny that, but you have to seize the moment and take advantage of this time. And like, I was talking to our friend Toby about it recently, and you know, I was complaining like, oh, this is great, but I got to buy all this crap from Home Depot for this project. And he said, you know what? He said something that made so much sense to me. He said, you're always going to make more money. You're never going to make this time again. So
Yeah.
it's like, use this time to
What
do
a
something.
fucking old wise man.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus, yeah.
Toby's
Old
actually
bones? Is that what
using
you said?
scissors to cut his lawn now.
Yeah, yeah.
He spent that much
Old
time.
bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes so much sense. It's
Yeah.
true. It's like, when am I going to have weekends and every night after work to do all this stuff? So it's like, get these projects done now.
Pretty much
Right.
everything he says kind of resonates like that.
Yeah.
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 It's very wise.
He's
Yeah.
a wise man.
It's very true.
an
Yep.
old soul.
Old soul.
Can't,
Just an
you
old
know,
bastard.
he has literally saved my sanity during this. We talk on the phone almost daily for like a half hour to 45
Yeah, it doesn't like
minutes.
text messaging anymore.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that because I don't either.
Back to it.
Yeah.
So we chat on the phone or FaceTime every day or every couple days, and it's very helpful.
Yeah.
So thanks, Toby.
Shouts to Toby.
Big shout to Toby.
Nightmare scenario, as Josh said, I think people double down when these fucking stadium meets go back. People just go nuts. Just total fucking lost control.
So it's like,
Oh, yeah,
it's like,
insanity.
like the whole world is Ocean
They've been
City,
cooped
Maryland.
up. Yeah, literally. I think every chance is going to be total fucking madness.
Yeah, like just
That's
two-step
probably gonna
burnouts everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. India Point is going to be on fucking
because the
fire.
people who were a problem before, like, are going to be a problem again. You know what I'm saying?
a big
They're going to
problem.
stay a problem.
They're going to stay a problem.
Yeah.
You know,
They've grown.
timeout didn't do anything. It never really helped anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, which is unfortunate. However, the good people out there who might have been like, you know, I don't have the time to get done what I want to get done. Now they do. I hope they do.
This might get all those old bums out to car meets.
Yeah.
And get Toby with us to Wolfscart this year.
Maybe.
brother Toby.
Hopefully it happens.
Yeah.
I hope it
Fingers
happens,
crossed.
man. Hope it happens.
Fingers crossed.
If it doesn't happen, I think we
his,
should just go up there anyway.
Yeah.
I think his work schedule is going to be picking up around that time, so it might be tricky. But hopefully, I'll be stoked if he does. But
Hey, if he doesn't, we'll still have a good time, right? Just not as good.
Yeah. Just not as good.
Just not as good.
Hogwarts.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think to what you were saying earlier, I don't think things are going to change, right? But I think it's not so much a change as much as it is in adaptation to the current times. So like everything that happened before will still happen, just in a different way, right? And it'll just become normal.
Yeah.
It'll just become totally normal that like for the next however long. Like if you want to go to the dealership, like it's majority of your stuff is done via the phone or not in person. Like, and I think that'll just become the regular.
I was going to say some of these things are improvements. Like it's.
Listen, I said so many times, I will continue to wait in line at the grocery store if when I go inside, there aren't fucking 3 million people inside.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Like,
I think the
me.
mask thing is going to hold for a long time too.
And like, it's okay to not be on top of people and wash your hands.
Yeah.
Like to not be grimy.
It's bullshit.
Like,
I can't believe they make me do that.
Yeah. Speaking of wash my hands, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Short-term benefit is, I don't know if anyone's driven anywhere.
Yeah,
It's fucking amazing
The
out
traffic,
there.
amazing. The lack thereof.
I went for a ride just lonely me for like 2 hours the other day, just like cruising Connecticut back roads. Like nobody's in your way. It's magical
I
out
did
there.
the same thing last night. It was awesome.
Yeah, just get your crew, man. You can socially distant and drive around because it is fucking awesome out there, man.
Yeah, nobody's
It's
put the
wonderful.
Kibosh on that.
So yeah, I think that's a great short-term benefit. I don't think it's going to stay like that. I do think a lot of companies are realizing, a lot of people that they would never let work at home before. Now, hey, we should just have them work at home.
And they're surviving and doing fine.
So hopefully that cuts down traffic, at least for the short term. You know?
I think
I know we've noticed that at my place where it's just like, why do these people stay here? I mean, they can work from home. It's great.
And get it accomplished. What else? I mean, it's, long-term business stuff, small, short-term businesses are obviously affected. Nightmare scenarios.
Well, like you said, a lot of cool stuff getting canceled for a long time.
And just going away.
Just going away. I don't think it'll go away, but I think it could cancel for a long time. Like what Corey said, when all of a sudden everybody comes back and it's just stadium meets with cambered out Subarus.
Vape. You can't even see it. Just vape.
I think vaping's getting knocked out. I think vape caused the whole thing. Specifically cupcakes.
Since that was so new, they didn't have that much revenue. Hopefully the financial loss from this will knock out all the vape shops. That would be good.
Oh my God.
That would be a huge
magic.
positive.
Yeah. I would be, I don't want to wish anybody fall, but the vape shops went away.
If that's what we lose, right.
Yeah. I mean, dream scenario, Subaru loses a ton of money on something.
They stop making the WRX.
Stop making the WRX.
Or at least the STI or STI 209, S209.
S209.
What's the other white one?
It was like
edition.
the white edition, wasn't
White
it?
edition. I think that's, I
wasn't into that.
remember. Yeah.
I mean, Nightmare City, Corey's is the one where it's just like, you just got Mustangs running everybody over at stadium meets for like a year straight.
SRT, or what do you call it? Demon Durangos or whatever.
Demon
Durangas.
Durangas. Oh my God. I love that they're pushing that out. That is, whoo, that's ill-advised.
Those 8-cylinder Durangos, what year were those? Those things were so cool.
Oh, that was the RT.
Yeah. Those were sweet.
I don't know what year that was, but.
And they made it in a stick too. It was kind of super rare, but
those
were
things,
so
they
cool.
just everybody crashed those things. Everybody I ever knew who had one of those crashed it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a reasonable thing to do with it.
that's almost inevitable.
That was like the last cool mini truck. Really.
Well, write us, if you think of something for this COVID thing, long lasting impacts, benefits. I mean, obviously car related, stuff that's going to fuck all up. Hey, hit us up, man. We'd love to have a little, at least bring in callbacks next time and talk about what people came up with. I'm going to check that bathroom out.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Did we come up with anything good while I was out? Anything?
I mean, your nightmare scenario is fucking great.
No, I think we pretty much covered it. Yeah.
I mean, the first time people are allowed, if they had no control before, what the fuck makes you think they're going to have control now?
Right.
Yep.
It's,
Right. Like the first time, it's like letting, bees out of a hive.
Right. It's just,
Like all hell's going to break loose.
No, I agree. And we're already seeing it.
Yeah.
We're already seeing it with the speeding thing.
Yeah.
People that were awful drivers to begin with, now there's no traffic on the road, and people that have no business doing 40 are doing 95 on the highway at all times.
You know what the ironic thing is with all this? Because of the lack of traffic, I've slowed down so much because I've just been like,
You're not in a rush. You don't have anxiety.
right.
I'm just enjoying the drive.
Not to mention there's cops literally everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't see as many cops. So, I mean, this past weekend we stormed the border of Connecticut and I expected some sort of presence at the border. I mean, I didn't see a cop till maybe like Groton. And that was it.
Yeah.
You know, like
On the way here, I saw 5.
really,
Just
Jesus.
yeah, in a 40-minute drive.
I don't drive very far, so I mean,
I was gonna say,
can't really
the
say
ones
much. Yeah.
Everything I see is stadies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it was.
stadies
It
everywhere.
was 5
Yeah.
state troopers
Yeah.
between Massachusetts and here.
Yeah.
Well, if anything, I'll just probably start attending things a lot less now.
When it's all said and done, I'm just going to stay home.
Yeah, you know, because I'm quite enjoying the peace and quiet.
Right.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm enjoying the limited access at the grocery store. You know, how nice it was. I had to go to Home Depot the other day. I had to wait in line outside.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
I went inside. I could do what I wanted to do. You know what's crazy? There's plenty of people inside to help you when there are fucking 3 million people inside the store. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't driving related. So it doesn't matter.
No, I
But,
know what you mean.
Yeah.
So
I'm just an old man.
No,
So-
I feel you on that.
just some other stuff on the car manufacturing side of how things will change when it comes to COVID-19. Car manufacturers and designers like Mercedes, Jaguar, Rolls-Royce say they are already looking at how to evolve air purifiers, mental health technology, and even an invisibility cloak.
Mental health
I need
technology.
that. What's the mental health technology? Tell me about
let
that.
let me scroll down here and see what
mental
I can
health
find.
technology? Is this supposed to, like, if you're driving in such a stressed or angry manner, it's going to tell you to fucking cool your jets, or
Like sort of
Or
like
make like calming noises or something.
Yeah.
or calming lights.
or miss
Yeah.
miss some like lilac or something
yeah,
at you?
yeah.
So
Like ooh,
Like
ah.
the dash has crystals in it and
Yeah.
sprays essential oils out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
two little fingers gonna
vents or
come out and
something.
massage your earlobe.
Yeah.
You can rake the sand.
Yeah.
So mental health is a primary concern. So along with physical health concerns like clean air, coronavirus has prompted designers to consider more closely the idea of mental and emotional health as it relates to your vehicle. There have been some vehicles out there already, such as the GLE Coupe, that already offer an energizing comfort that run you through a light mindfulness exercise to help promote circulation, breathing, and inner calm.
That's cool.
You know what's always
I didn't
calm me
know that.
down? You knock the cat out in that carbon monoxide. You know? It puts me in a little trance on
A
the
little
road.
half-hour nap.
Yeah, a little rolling nap.
Little nap in the garage. We don't condone that. Don't do that. Always leave the door open. But yes, young designers are trying to come up with innovative ways to help both mental health and physical air purification. Apparently,
Anything in there about an invisibility cloak, Mr. Harry
yes,
Potter?
so it could even mean an invisibility cloak. If that sounds far-fetched, it's not. Mercedes was experimenting with one made from LEDs and a camera back in 2012. Toyota patented a cloaking device in 2017 as a way to help drivers see through those pesky A-pillars that can hamper visibility.
I cancel what I said about the gumball never be beaten again.
Yeah.
This
Cannibal.
would give drivers a wider view of the road and their surroundings. That's for the A-pillars. This time, though, that application could be way more serious. It could actually hide the car from governmental officials or thugs.
Yeah. Wait, how?
This is like the window tint.
How much in the way do A-pillars get on your vehicles?
I'm not
depends
worried
what-
about A pillars. I'm
depends
worried
what
about
you're driving.
C
If you're a
pillars.
competent driver, none.
Oh, C-pillars, yeah. If you're driving like a 350,
Well, no,
370 everywhere.
I drove an American muscle car a week or two ago.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into details.
Yeah, get into
No,
details.
I'm not going to.
Why not? Yeah, I want to know what you
okay, so
drove.
I drove a Mustang
The whole-
a couple
Oh,
weeks
yeah.
ago.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
four of
So
them.
I drove a Mustang,
Mustang.
and the car was cool. And the one gripe I had was it was literally a blind spot on wheels. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
that's
And
I used to drive Josh's TT sometimes, and I thought that was bad. This is a disaster.
You can't see the crowds, right?
The
No.
Challenger, the same way.
Like-
the Camaro,
The
the same way.
Challenger's
Hold on.
so bad.
Let me put my arm out the window, and your elbow is above
Yeah.
your ear.
Oh, right.
It's like
it
ride
makes
a monkey
yeah,
bars.
exactly. It's
And-
insane.
And as we discussed, you can't fit a full monster through the
No,
window.
you
straight
cannot.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
no
C
wonder why
pillar,
you can't see.
the C pillar is 48 inches wide.
It's 15 steps for the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah, oh, yeah. You open that door, you're taking at least 7
like
steps.
you're not laying flat on the floor. Like your feet are above your belly button.
Right,
Like it's ridiculous.
like it's an F1 car.
Yeah. It's got the Tacoma seat
yeah,
position.
exactly.
Yeah.
Why are my feet? That's what happens. Ford Mustang drivers, their feet just go numb. And they can't feel
All
the
the
pedals.
blood's rushing to your head. Your feet are up.
It's
They have
in,
no idea what's going on. They can't see anything.
You would
They
have just figured it out.
can't see and can't feel their feet. Solved. That's
I
what
think
happens.
you man, they can't feel their feet.
Oh, but yes, invisibility cloaks are supposedly a thing. Folks at Rolls-Royce.
How about just make glass C-pillars? Like, why overcomplicate things?
I'm pretty sure those would explode when you crash.
Yeah.
so instead, there's
Yeah.
Jesus
Hey, have you
Christ.
seen that? What's the Nissan
Subaru-
Juke?
or
Doesn't
the-
that have curved rear glass?
no, that's the Cube.
Cube.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Cube.
Yeah,
Love the Cube.
Or the,
They did it.
if anything,
I mean, Nissan, come on. Those guys are knocking it out of the park, right?
yeah,
They're
they're,
looking for
else
ways
can
to
do.
save money.
yeah, they're really, pushing the boundaries of their sales. If anything had glass C-pillars, I'd picture the Subaru SVX.
Oh, that had like,
That just
didn't
had
have like fucking F1 windows.
Yeah.
For no reason at
Well,
all.
like
bunch of-
the Volvo
bunch of weird
C30
shit.
just has taillights for C-pillars.
There
That's
you go.
fine, too.
Get those taillight C-pills.
So that is it for our main topic. But as Chuck said, if you have any thoughts on that, get in touch with us. We did have a bit of a mini discussion that we wanted to talk about. Chuck, do you have that pulled up? I don't have it pulled up.
No, I sent it to you so I wouldn't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get it if you need it.
You didn't prep me on this.
That's all right.
That's fine. This
Okay.
is going to be a good one. Hold on, let me
Do
find
you need it?
Yeah, if you can pull it up.
Let me hear it.
All right. And this is, do you want to read it, Josh?
If you want to read
Yeah,
it, that's fine.
This is from Dennis at FF Metalworks. He says, if Lincoln made its own version of a Mustang, how would it be different? Do you think it would be a good idea, and would it be seen as a luxurious performance car like an Aston Martin, for example? Is there an American muscle car that could be changed enough from its manufacturer to be a quote-unquote Aston Martin competitor? I choose to compare it to Aston Martin because they are not the quickest, but as an all-around performance car, they're also seen as a luxurious car. Should Cadillac, for example, relaunch an XLR as the Corvette variant? And that was his little mini discussion for us here.
I like the question.
What do you got, John?
Can we start off by just talking about how great the Lincoln F-150 was?
The Lincoln F-150?
Oh,
The Lincoln truck. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
wasn't
the,
it? But
the
what
one
was
time
it
they
called?
tried to do that?
Didn't have a.
I don't
It
know.
wasn't Navigator. Wasn't Aviator.
No, it was like its own. It was like a Mark something.
Yeah, MKZ or
Yeah,
MKX.
yeah.
MK pickup.
It was ridiculously stupid. It
I
was
like-
literally the worst facelift. It was like when
Mark
they
LT.
took the 2005 Chevy Malibu and put a Cadillac badge on it
Yeah.
and literally changed
Oh,
nothing
the
else.
Catera?
Yeah.
You
like
know
it was
CTS
that.
stands for Catera Sports Coupe or something?
I don't doubt it. But
Catera
yeah,
Touring
it was
Sedan.
literally the most half-assed facelift I've ever seen. They put fake piano.
Well, my neighbor had
They
that
put
and fucking
fake
loved it.
piano black stripes on the back and Navigator taillights on an
Yeah.
F-150 and nothing else.
But
Anything odd with your shawarma?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
very odd.
I'll text it to you.
I-
I'll text you the
I
details
like-
It's
on my
fine.
shawarma.
You can just tell me now.
I like
so
I like
the only
Dennis's
vegetables
question.
I want are onions.
I like it
I
as
don't
well.
want onions.
I don't want
Let's start with the
pickles.
XLR
No
because we
pickles,
both
no
love
hot.
it so
No,
much.
but my favorite thing about Dennis's question is it
Yeah.
totally negates
But
Cadillac
I want all the sauce.
and what they've tried to do for
And the fries.
decades.
Yes.
whilst mentioning Cadillac.
I was going to
It's
work
just
my
like-
way back
it's
there.
just
Yeah.
like, oh, you know what? I think Cadillac should take the new rear engine Vet
Yep.
and make a goddamn XLR out of it and make it so fucking great.
Yeah.
And they're going to try and they're not going to do it right.
And are they not going to do it right, or is no one going to buy it? Because they do the CTS-V right, but no one buys
Was
it.
the price too high?
But
no,
because,
Lincoln,
what do you
Lincoln
get?
will do it wrong for sure.
No, we're not even. When
okay.
Lincoln, that's a fucking sewer. We're not going to go down it. We're talking Cadillac. at this
Oh,
point.
okay.
Save me, Cadillac. You're my only hope.
Yeah.
It's as if a company has been putting Corvette engines in family sedans for decades.
Yeah.
Cadillac should be doing this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
They can't move those cars.
If Chevy sells an SS, Cadillac can do it.
well,
they
Chevy
can't.
hardly sold any SSs.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
They can't.
Well, then, fuck you then.
So that's what I'm
They
scared
hardly
of.
sold any because it was just a niche thing. So maybe that's Cadillac's problem. Because everybody
But
buying
like, people don't know that exists too. That's the other problem. If people that are into that's the thing. It's like people like us know that a Chevy SS exists, but we wouldn't buy one.
correct.
They don't advertise to the guy that would buy a Chevy SS that the Chevy SS exists.
Correct. They didn't advertise that thing at all.
Yeah,
exactly.
I hold to the fact that anybody
People that would sweat that thing and buy them all day don't even know it's a thing.
yeah, it's true. People that would buy a CTS-V are just going to go buy an M5
Yep.
every single time.
But and to
it's the
what you
same
said,
price. There's no advantage to buying the American car.
So if you're going to spend $90,000, $90,000, whatever it may be,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, I mean, if I'm going to tell someone I spent that much money, like I want the badge.
Yep.
And the badge is going to be the M5 or whatever the equivalent E63 variant thing is.
Or like the crazy high-end Mustang. Like some crazy high-end Mustang guy might get a Chevy SS.
Yeah.
But if Lincoln made a Mustang, it made it as nice as the Photoshop that Dennis did of his Lincoln Mustang. He's like, I'm not good at Photoshop. I was like, that's the best rendering I've ever seen.
Did it have navigator taillights?
That'd be fucking awesome.
Like the truck did?
No, it's just literally the front end of the current Mustang of the whatever the Lincoln's car is. Nobody knows what the fuck
Did
it
they
is.
still make a car? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
An LS front, which definitely isn't still in production.
Doesn't matter.
On a Mustang.
I don't know if Ford could do it. I don't know if Ford could do it because I don't think Lincoln.
Lincoln used to compete with Cadillac, and Lincoln eats Cadillac's lunch versus Escalade.
Yeah. But
I'd take a Navigator over
The
an Escalade.
Navigators reckon the Escalade, because the Escalade was so poorly done last time.
Yeah, it was awful.
It's
Also,
like a
the
giant
price.
without folded flat seats.
Yeah,
Like, look
so
how big the
bad.
truck is.
the price of the Escalade too is just wild.
Well, the Navigator's the same.
is it now?
It's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't driven a new Navigator, but Josh and I have driven new Expeditions at work, which is the platform.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable. It's got the Raptor twin turbo, whatever EcoBoost motor.
Oh, I'm familiar.
But the center
You're a
of
fan
gravity,
with that.
it's just so cool because the way you open the hood, the engine's literally like 5 inches below the top of the fender. The center of gravity on this thing is like a car, and you're in this giant SUV, and it does not feel like it at all.
that's a problem.
Yeah,
It is.
It is,
It is.
but
That's a problem.
It is, but it handles really well. Like it doesn't handle like an SUV. It really is impressive.
I mean, just for kicks here, Lincoln's,
And these are like literally stripper base Expeditions that we've driven.
Lincoln's current lineup here. We got Navigator, Aviator, Corsair, Nautilus, and then we have
What the fuck's a Corsair?
What's the Nautilus?
Yeah, I know two of
basically
those.
Corsair and Nautilus are just smaller SUVs.
How much smaller?
Like CUVs or
Well, in this picture, quite
So
smaller.
trucks.
I would picture the Corsair being the size of an Escape. Oh, maybe not an Escape.
An Escape?
An Escape.
Escape.
So it is an Escape with a Lincoln badge.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
there we
yes,
go.
that's probably
You can just tell us what Ford
it's an
products they
Escape
are.
with
Very
Navigator taillights.
Very close. And then, wow, I didn't realize they had a thing called Black Label vehicles. Okay, anyway.
Is that like Audi Black Ops?
Sedans, you have the MKZ Hybrid Reserve, and Continental.
The Continental.
That's it.
That's the
Conti's
one.
a great looking car that no one ever bought.
Yep.
They cheapened that one apparently because
Did they?
that's like low end now.
The Continental?
Actually, no. The MKZ starts a little bit lower, but the Continental is 46.
What's that Hearst one they put out back in the day? It looked like a Hearst.
Hearst one.
I don't know, but they make a Continental Black Label that starts at $70,000.
Yes, the Black Label's like their top end shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
So-
nobody knows because they've never told
So
me.
you have you have Nautilus Black Label, Continental Black Label, Aviator Black Label, and Navigator Black Label.
But if
Navigator Black Label, $97,000.
make an interior on a Mustang awesome, put a Lincoln front on it, you'd probably sell to one person.
I think the market is very small.
No, because
that's-
Lincoln's an old
I
person
just-
brand, though.
Exactly.
I
don't
think the best shot is through Cadillac.
Pleated pants and golf. That's
Different
who
company,
buys
but yes,
Lincolns.
for America, Cadillac has been trying. I really think if they made an XLR with this new Vet platform,
Speaking of
it would
which,
be wild.
somebody made a render
Yeah.
of a C8 Vet with a facelifted Cadillac XLR front end.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm with
know.
you.
It's
I don't
on-
know.
It's
So
on
we've
motor1.com.
talked Ford, we've talked GM. What about our boys over at Doge? What do they got?
Doge
Oh, they just
literally
keep
has no
pumping
cars
out.
that aren't 15 years old.
No, I know. So they don't have a chance of doing any of this. You
Yeah,
know,
but they're probably selling more performance cars than the other guys.
I believe that.
No,
Mustang's
Vets.
tough. Mustang's
Vets,
tough.
Mustangs. Yeah, everybody's selling. Yeah, I don't know. Doge
It's
doesn't
just, they don't have anything they can transition over to.
to make luxury.
Yeah. What do they have?
There's nothing luxurious about
Eagle?
Doge. Eagle.
Yeah, I was say,
Can we get Eagle?
The Eagle Talon
Can
TSI.
we get Eagle back?
you know,
Doge has to bring Eagle back, or Plymouth.
Doge Stratus.
Can we bring Plymouth back as a premium brand?
Doge Avenger.
I guess if you talk about like the FCA group, you've got Alpha in there, right?
Yeah, it's
But I don't think anybody's going to want to buy.
But it's in that group. You know, at least maybe we can work off of that. I don't know. I think it's a great question. I would love to hear what other people have to say about it. But really, everything goes back to the fact that what Chuck said to start this all off is that Cadillac has already been doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's just not.
nobody's
It's
been-
just not working, and
Yeah.
they don't change what they do.
No.
Well, it's Cadillac. Cadillac tried to, and everybody.
Well, they made all their cars suck. They
And
were like,
then-
what if we take our performance car and take like 200-300 horsepower off and sell it for the same price?
Yeah,
Like, well,
yeah.
no one's going to buy it.
that didn't work. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool if I saw pretty much what's just a new Vet with just a different front end on it, and it was called the XLR.
It was Cadillac.
It was Cadillac'd out.
Okay, yeah, I could get with that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Definitely more expensive, just for a different person.
I want an XLR. I want a new XLR.
I could picture a bunch of old motherfuckers buying it because of the Cadillac, and they're, I got the Cadillac,
Well, yeah,
fucking XLR.
and I think that's just it. The way I think everybody collectively feels about Cadillac versus Lincoln compared to Chevy and Ford, I think everybody just is more comfortable with the Cadillac version versus a Lincoln version.
Yeah.
You know, I think Lincoln just fell off as the premium brand.
You just
compared
think
to
Lincoln's
Cadillac.
going to have blown struts.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Cadillac
The airbags blown in the back.
Cadillac isn't as for old people as it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But I think Vet drivers are all getting older. So maybe
This could be the
Cadillac releases a C7 Vet with a Cadillac front. So all the guys
That'd be
butthurt
cool.
about the rear motor,
Ooh.
boom.
Oh,
C7.
yeah.
Because the guys getting older anyways, they're going to want the lack.
Yep.
Yeah.
You put the adjustable ultra high pneumatic suspension on it.
Mag ride.
You leave it exactly the same as a C7. Maybe a Z06, so you knock a couple of these guys off, bring the population down,
Yeah.
and boom, that
Couple
probably
of-
sell like hotcakes.
Couple of ditch finders. The mag ride set for soft and extra soft.
Still plenty of room for fertilizer and or golf clubs in the back.
Clubs in the back.
Clubs in the back. I saw a C8 Vet this weekend.
In IRL.
Yeah.
I've seen an increase in Supras. I haven't seen any
This was
C8s.
orange on like light, like Ferrari tan.
Ooh.
Holy shit, the thing looked
Nice.
great.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, so much room for the sticks in the back.
It's tons of room for the sticks
It's like
in the
a
back.
deep trunk as wide as the car is.
Yeah, well, you picture what the engine is. There is a big boot space and up front too.
And a big frunk.
Yeah.
Solid frunk.
Interesting. I haven't seen one in person yet. Still looking to see one in person.
Guy was very nice. License plate Zora. So that guy
get it.
knows his stuff. He
Yeah.
had a lot of vets.
Little historic thing there. Great question. Really put the old brain to work.
Yeah.
Thanks
but
for running the show.
Everything reverts back to Cadillac. And Dennis, we expect a new topic from you next week.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
With that said, you want to get into the rest of the questions?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let me pull these up right now. Cue them up, if you will.
I want Cadillac to actually work. Really
Yeah.
do. I want
I've
a
said it so
CTS.
many times.
I want a CTSV.
I want Cadillac to work.
Yeah, agreed.
I just, maybe they need an external marketing team who maybe gets what's going on in the world.
Would my CTSV motor have blown up if I had that instead of an M5?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. No.
Let's see. Questions. David D. Ball 13.
David D-Ball.
In caps just writes Honda Fit.
Honda Fit. I get a Mark IV TDI.
David B. Ball 13 again.
David B-Ball now 13.
What maintenance items do you overlook and what ones do you harp on?
Oil changes. Always
You
over.
have to.
I
You have to be on top of those things.
always
Oil
forget
changes.
the cabin air filter.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
one of those things like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And then what reminds me is the beginning of the summer, I'll turn the AC on and you're
it
like,
just-
oh, little funk. I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot it.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, but no,
Cabin
our
air
oil
filter.
changes I'm religious with. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
A local thing
Fuel
that people
filter
like
is the one I
forgetting about
forget.
is tires.
Yeah, that's a
Locally,
big local
Everybody,
thing.
that's in Rhode Island. You don't do tires until the inspection station tells you can't drive this car anymore.
Yep.
Hell, they don't even put air in them most of the time.
But yeah, oil changes, you have to be on it.
Oil changes, brakes should be on. I mean,
Brakes.
you can
Brakes make a racket.
I was gonna
That's why
say-
I forget, like you said, you forget cabin filter till AC season. I forget fuel filters because they just don't
There's not
ever
there.
Yeah.
fail. Yeah.
And then you get it's not a maintenance item, but putting the correct gas in your car,
That's
which we've talked about before
a bit of the pings.
with our boy.
Yep.
Young Ben. Got to talk to him soon. McGrath Paul writes, do you have any special plans for the 100th episode? Revisit the greatest ever main topic. We do have special plans for the 100th episode.
I had an idea. Josh wasn't
We
into
do.
it though.
I can't remember.
All right, you have to tell us later.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that idea.
really good.
Let's see. McGrath Paul, would you rather walk naked through a Walmart or be seen driving a Chrysler Crossfire?
Oh, I go
Walmart.
Crossfire all
I
day.
will walk naked through a Walmart with fucking pride because no one would bat an eye.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
No one would bat an
Nothing out of
eye.
the ordinary.
Yeah.
I would just want to go into a Walmart right now, so I'm Crossfire.
I'd be
all day long.
Crossfire.
Yeah,
I'd pick
it'd be the most
Crossfire.
normal thing to happen in Walmart this week.
You have to wait in line to get in.
Hey, how you doing, Corey?
Yeah.
Mask, totally naked otherwise.
Yeah.
No, you gotta have Crocs on. S14 OCP.
S14 OCP.
What's your unpopular opinion car? A car widely loved, but you hate, and I don't like the Z3M. Sorry. Ooh.
Hey, no, Z3M is a like it or hate.
Yeah, that's a love or hate.
I like
For me, it's
those
a Z4M.
Yeah, I hate
don't like it?
C4s.
I just,
I
agree.
like it.
I get it has an S54. I get it. I just don't like the design.
It's just an ugly car to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree.
I don't like that Z4 in general. It doesn't have to be the M.
No,
but-
I'm the same way. It's that weird body line and the weird turn
I
signal
love it.
thing.
Car
Ugh.
widely loved that I hate.
It's widely loved that I hate. What don't I hate?
I was gonna say for you, it's pretty easy.
What?
Anything Subaru.
There's no actual
That's
love.
not widely loved, though.
There's people that get stuck with Subaru.
They just commit.
There's no such,
They
there's
went down
buyer's
that path.
remorse.
Yeah, they're just
there's
stuck.
literally buyer's remorse. That's the only thing that keeps people liking Subarus. No.
Or loan payments.
Something that people love that I don't. I don't know.
All the stuff that I hate, I think everybody hates.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come back. I can't think of anything off the top of my
Yeah.
head.
There's gotta be, I hate all the CUVs.
You know what I really don't like, to be honest, we were talking about it earlier. I really don't like newer Dodge muscle cars. I understand they're fast and everything, but as far as American muscle
they're
cars
loud.
goes, I don't care about Chargers and Challenge. I just don't care for them. I don't know why.
I can kind of say that with the older stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't like
Yeah, I guess Dodge in general for me. I never
Like,
got into it. Yeah.
just
I don't like the way any McLarens look.
okay. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
I think they all just look the same.
Yeah.
bad.
yeah,
Yep.
they're very close.
Yeah, whether you spend, what is it, like 200 grand on it or fucking
I mean, one has,
1.7 million.
one has
you're
a
like,
pants window.
That's the only distinguishing
I saw one the other day with a pants window with a wrap over the window. I was like, why do you even pay the $1 million?
Yeah.
the Shantz window.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, we answered that one. Artie Woo Cakes.
Artie Woo Cakes.
Chuck, which episode of Band of Brothers is your favorite?
1 through 10.
Wow. Wow. Really coming at me. I like the second one when they actually in D-Day where they hit that German gun formation because it's actually used to teach war college now because it was so well done. And then I'm a big fan of the Battle of the Bulge episode where they are just in the snow, in foxholes, and trees are just getting fucking blown up all over the place. Oh, love it. There's really not an episode I don't like.
That's another one I gotta watch.
I was going to say, number one for me, because the first time I watched it after that first episode, I was like, oh.
Yeah, when if they take off in the planes and that's the end of the episode, it's like, oh boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you really shouldn't just watch one episode of that show. That'd be bad.
Ronan_H21.
Ronan H21.
Not a question, just a thank you for keeping us all entertained during the virus.
The Roan.
Oh, you got it.
Roan.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah, man.
We like
Hey.
thanks for listening.
We needed this too. JH_creative. Would
JH
you rather
creative.
be killed by bees or killed by ants?
Ants.
I'm thinking bees. I'm thinking bees.
I think
probably
bees
a
gonna
little bit
sting you to
quicker.
death. Ants are gonna eat you.
Right. Ants. If ants are eating me, that's a long game. But if I
just
get stung
don't
by
like
bees and I
bees.
get poison,
Yeah.
I just react.
Yeah, but
A murder hornet?
yeah, I just don't want to suffocate to death from asphyxiation from bee stings, though.
But what if the ants started at like your toes and just work their way up?
Well, it didn't specify
You
where
were
they started.
alive. You're alive for like.
It's gonna bite. One's gonna bite John in the neck, and he's out.
What if ants went in my ear and ate my brain and I didn't feel it?
What about these lunatics
sounds
out there
terrible.
fucking making that show where they go on to get it bit or like stung by everything out there?
Oh yeah, I watched that guy. I watched him physically get stung by a murder hornet.
Is
And
that
they-
a thing?
Yes.
Oh
They
yeah, it's a
make-
YouTube.
That's why I
thing.
don't have TV.
And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
no, it's on
And
YouTube.
and he
Oh,
doesn't
even
swear,
worse.
so he can monetize. So he's probably got millions.
Wow.
So like, and then they put it on
We
a
gotta
pain
fucking
scale.
stop swearing.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We're losing money hand over fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. I watched that dude shove his hand in a lobster claw.
How hard can those things squeeze?
Not very hard.
Yeah.
No, I figure I mess a
Not
lobster
very hard
up,
at
man.
all.
Bring
Yeah.
it on.
The
It's
funny
like
thing-
a turkey.
I've been clipped by lobster before. It's not that bad.
Funny thing is, you take it out of water, it can't do anything because its fucking claws are way too heavy. So it's just like,
Yeah, good luck. Good luck, asshole.
exactly. You gonna claw me,
Try it.
motherfucker?
Yeah. I'm gonna throw you in a pot of boiling water. You tell me how it goes.
You're in my hood now. TDs
I'll eat that claw.
are the
Dude,
stickers scratch and sniff.
Yes.
Sure.
They smell like vinyl.
Yeah. Chemical.
And the ink comes off.
TDs again. Who's your favorite comedian?
Jeez.
Favorite comedian? I mean, Bill Burr is one of I guess, our
Yeah.
generation.
There's a bunch of good ones, but
Yeah, Bill Burr is hard to say no to.
and I say, you can say Eddie Murphy or Chappelle. I mean, probably Chappelle's right up there, but Murphy, Delirious and Raw.
Oh, it's so good.
You cannot
Yeah.
beat that. There's not much better ever.
My favorite 2020 comedian, current, is Nikki Glaser. She is.
Yeah,
a
she's really,
freaking
really
riot.
good.
She's really,
so
really good. Seeing Aziz live, I pissed my pants from this time that show started to the time that show ended. And the first joke tied into the very last word of the last joke. It was fucking so perfectly laid out.
I'm a big Tom Segura guy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
just a
I do
fucking
have to
weirdo,
say
and I love it.
any live comedian.
I saw Bert
it's
Kreischer a couple
fucking great.
times. He's real good live too.
Oh, that must have been awesome.
Yeah, he's good.
Shit.
That's Mr. Josh Pelletier to you.
That's Mr. Josh Pelletier
Is
to
it
you.
true Crocs actually raise your sperm count?
Yeah, it's factual.
Yeah, medically proven.
Yeah. of course
Ask
they do.
Kyle. Kyle just got a pair of white ones.
Kyle just dove into the Croc world.
Yeah, I mean, the white ones is straight up
He's been
serial
sending me
killers.
Croc and plant pics all week.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Skyrockets.
Yep.
Tyler, say what?
So I say what?
Actually, we already kind of answered that one. He said, "What's your
What's your
we've
fantasy?
answered that. What's your guilty pleasure car?" We've answered that a couple times,
Yeah.
I think.
I think Rubicon.
And I think mine changes every day. Tyler, say what again? Thanks
Say
for
what?
helping keep me sane during these crazy times. Y'all rock. No, thank you. Let's see. Dextraz76.
Dextras 76.
Is it just me or do the new Volvo sedans look really good?
They do, but they are limited to 112
Now
miles an hour.
112. which-
I like the Volvo Long Boys more.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
I like the
long
long
boys
boys
do
too.
look way
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Carl Built.
They're probably one of the most attractive overall lines of consumer cars. Think
Agreed.
about it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look fantastic.
Yeah, there's not one in their lineup.
They
that
all
I'm
have the
not-
same engine and they all suck, but
Yeah.
Right.
They
I don't like
Yeah,
their
they-
interiors either, but they're good looking cars.
no, they look great.
They
man.
nailed the outside.
Yeah.
Seats. They nail the seats
Seats are nice
every
Yeah.
time.
but they just gotta do the best better. Do the rest better.
Yeah.
But then the
a good
dash
start.
is a major letdown every time. For
Yeah.
me.
You think so?
Yeah, even
I
the
haven't been in
entertainment
a
center.
new one. My grandfather's got an S80 and
That was in the new one.
yeah, the dash is like a real bummer.
Pretty big letdown.
Yeah.
They
Speaking
try
of
to do a
dashes,
Tesla thing, doesn't work nearly as
yeah.
good.
I probably should have said it during my news, and I don't have it pulled up. But the Mark 8 has been delayed due to they're switching to a full-on digital dash and digital buttons with haptic feedback.
Wow.
They can't make the software to work properly.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So had the buttons actually
Maybe
been,
they'll just lie about it.
yeah,
Turns out, I'm just gonna lie about it.
that's where we're going to leave that one. That's fine.
Bring back
That's
real
a
buttons.
Perfect. Exactly. Perfect place to end it. Carl Built.
Carl Built.
What job would you tell your younger self to apply for, knowing what you know now? I don't know.
Younger self to apply for?
President.
I got this.
Hold my beer.
Man, I don't know.
I don't
What
know.
job would you go for? If
Maybe journalist.
I still
I
know
like-
nothing.
I wouldn't have been apply for anything.
Yesterday.
It would have been to take schooling way more seriously.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like fuck applying for the job. It would have been like, hey, take this shit way more seriously than you currently are.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna want to wish you did later on.
Later. Yeah.
yeah, I know
No,
some
agree.
business moves I would have changed around. I don't know what I would have. I mean,
I don't think I could nail down a career difference.
No, it's tough to,
Yeah.
because again, like you said, I still don't fucking know.
it would
Yeah.
have been Chuck buy Bitcoin. You don't know what it is.
Right,
Just
seriously.
fucking buy it.
Josh, invest in Amazon, invest in Google.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, adopt all that. Sasquatch 16 valve.
Oh, time traveler.
He just
Sasquatch 16 valve.
he just writes, not correlated, but how are you guys doing? Thanks for continuing to entertain us all. Well, again,
I mean, I'm
welcome.
good. We good.
Yeah, we're pretty good. I don't
I'm
know.
losing my shit,
It was
but I
better than we
pretend
were a
I'm
couple
good.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel a little bit better.
This is the best night I've had in a while. So thanks, guys.
Wow. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming out.
Sasquatch 16 valve again.
Sasquatch 16 valve.
Favorite car that everyone else hates. I'd ask we're going to skip this one, but he writes, I'd ask car you hate that everyone loves, but WRX.
Yeah.
So you solved it. Schmidtum. Which state in the U.S. has the worst drivers?
Rhode Island.
Oh, yeah, probably Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I'd
Undoubtedly.
say Massachusetts.
I was going to say
personally.
Massachusetts pretty strong.
Okay, Rhode Island and Mass are bad because people.
It's essentially the same
It's
state.
Yeah, it's really
malfeasance.
the
They
same.
want to hurt you. They want you to get in a fight.
Right.
California has the worst drivers because nobody's fucking paying attention to anything.
Right.
And everybody's driving in. It's a 9-lane highway.
It's so big.
Everybody's going 60 across the whole fucking thing, and everybody's weaving.
You know what they do respect, though? The fucking wambulance.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
The respect for the
ambulance
wambulance.
respect in LA.
Both sides of the highway,
crazy.
doesn't matter.
Clear out.
Part the ways. Jesus is walking on water.
Yeah, I think in the New England area, specifically Massachusetts and Rhode Island,
Yeah.
they're trying to kill you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where-
Connecticut on the parkways gets pretty terrifying too.
It is,
if
but
we're
then
gonna
you're
be
going
honest.
down to New York, kid. You know
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got, Josh?
what do you got?
Let's see.
We got time?
I lost my place.
Yeah, we got a few. We got a little few,
skip
couple
them.
two tree.
Nicholas Pedro.
Nicholas
Corey.
Pedro.
Corey, what's your ideal loadout in Warzone?
I don't really play Warzone.
You don't Warzone?
No, I don't really play Warzone.
You just go with the team deathmatch?
I go, yeah, just multiplayer. I've been big on like the shoot house and the like shipment levels.
Yeah.
Just
the-
fast paced.
Yeah, the one that you.
I usually just kind of go with handgun or a knife.
It's
God
fitting.
damn.
It's fitting.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
makes
God
sense. You want to be up close and personal when you
There
kill
we go.
someone.
As terrifying
Yeah.
on video games as he is in person.
It's a visual.
It makes sense. Let's see. That's Mr. Josh Pelletier to you.
That's
White
Mr.
or
Josh
black
Pelletier.
socks?
Black
Black.
socks
Black.
all the time.
I have a mix.
You
have
have
a
white
mix?
socks?
I have some white socks. Yeah, Benny Gold had a nice sale a long time ago.
I get some silly socks that
I usually have
Penn English
silly
gave me.
socks, but I'm wearing black today because I was wearing shorts earlier.
I'm usually running black socks
Yeah.
at all times. Unless I get a silly pattern.
This way you don't know which ones are dirty or not.
Exactly. I only got one pair.
This will be the last one. This is a good place
wow.
to end it. 4LLEN.
4LLEN.
Would you
Alan.
rather, Alan, would you rather look like Jar Jar Binks or talk like Jar Jar Binks? You cannot kill yourself.
No, I would definitely talk like
I would love to talk like Jar
Yeah.
Jar Binks.
Are you kidding me?
That's
100%.
the easiest question I ever heard. I'm going to start doing it.
I'm going to be quite honest. If you talked like Jar Jar Binks, you probably wouldn't be on this podcast.
I can't even think
I don't
about
know.
what he talks
Interesting
like.
No, he-
voices are sometimes the best
He
for
does
radio
that
shows
fucking
and
me
things.
Jar Jar, me Jar
Ooh,
Jar.
interesting topic, eh?
Yeah. No, that's Yoda. That was Yoda.
That's just a Canadian.
Canadian vinegar. I think actually,
Make love, not robot.
I think that is going to do it.
White socks with sandals.
for today.
Calling it.
Yeah, I think so. We have a couple announcements, or actually a couple parting thoughts. Actually,
Oh, parting
before
thoughts.
we go. So one, please go over to our YouTube. That is YouTube, and look for Revival Motoring because we have some videos up there. We're gonna go shoot another video this weekend, which that'll be very cool once that's done.
It's super cool.
So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and mainly subscribe because that would help us out very much.
Also,
So
if you
that's
see
one
us
bit.
sharing it, just reshare it.
Yeah,
Repost
yeah.
it. Share it yourself.
Shirts
Send
are
it to your mother.
gonna go tell your mother hi for us. Shirts are gonna go back online this weekend, so grab them while you can. We may do another pre-order because there's a bunch of people who are asking for these. If we do, we might even like set the precedent of look, we have to get to a certain number of these to make them. So that might happen. We're gonna figure that out.
I think it's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
we're
Reissue.
going
We're
to-
doing a reissue of a shirt that just came out.
Be sure to go and listen to
Change
at-
the colorway.
at- yes,
change the
that's the
colorway.
best way to do it. Talking Motorcycles.
Talk motorcycles.
You can find the Talk Motorcycles podcast on all podcast players, or if you visit revivalmotoring.com, there will be links to Spotify and actually, no, probably Apple and Google on there. I think I have to add the Spotify one. So that's that. We will have a third podcast on the Revival Motoring Network happening.
we will.
It is going to be cool.
It is going to be cool.
It's
gonna
called
be
the
cool.
Cool Guy Podcast.
We don't have a name for it. It's not going to involve myself, Chuck, or Corey. However, it is going to involve the other person in this room. That's Mr. Jon Stairs.
Oh, Jon Stairs.
So hope you guys are ready for a plant podcast.
It's the Cool Guy Plan Podcast.
Matter of
with Johnny
fact,
Stairs.
the other person that is going to be doing the podcast with has been posting a lot of gardening stuff
Yep.
recently.
Oh, really? That's
true.
actually going to happen? Oh, man.
Yes.
This is
So
going to be amazing.
We were actually talking about mulch and dirt the other day. on Instagram.
Fucking amazing.
as a reminder, this will be an automotive-based podcast. However, they may veer off into plants, mulch, dirt, and even hardcore music.
We're going to
at
dabble a
times.
little bit into some music probably.
Yeah, get your thunder pants on.
That will be happening. Looks like our Schwalmer is, for the first time ever, might even be early.
Wow.
But it says it's out for delivery, so that's going to do it for us. But yeah, as always, thank you for listening. And that's it.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Revival Motoring,
Covered it.
Instagram. Corey SI, Instagram. Revival Josh, Instagram. Chucko, Instagram. John, what's your Instagram?
Jon Stairs, JON, because H is for peasants.
H is for peasants. You heard it here first.
Isn't that a pheasant?
Stick around for the after party, Twitch exclusive, with your boys from the Revival Motoring Podcast.